brand new banger.
What is your hatred for John Cena?
Yo, when Hulk Hogan takes a rock bottom better than you, there's a problem. There's a problem. My man. All right, so give me the camera.
One rock bottom.
Yo, no, it's more than that. Show, give me the camera. I got the fucking camera. Kenny, I'm gonna have to do it for you. I'm gonna give you the whole spiel. He came out as a prototype. Whatever. You know, he slaps Kurt Angle. Ruthless aggression. I'm not into that. Whatever. He comes out as a rapper. I'm like, okay, all right, I can dig it. You know, he's from Boston, so that's a strike. You know, us New Yorkers, we don't fuck with Boston too much, but you know what? I'll look over that. He's doing his thing. Something original. Some I could, you know, there's something different. It's entertaining. Comes around, and my man has a choice between The Big Show, Kane, or Shawn Michaels. And he gives the most pussiest promo I've ever heard in my life. I will never forgive this. And he's on some, well, you know, I don't want to fight The Big Show because, you know, he's a huge guy, and, you know, you got the Big Red Machine. Who wants to fight him? And Shawn Michaels is a legend. Fuck that, bro. You already beat all these motherfuckers already.
Her return on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I definitely read some rumors about that.
Because for whatever reason, and I don't know Cody's reason, you turn around and go back, and people are gonna be, you destroyed thrones, and you go back? We have been doing this shit for ages, and he still doesn't know how to take it right. Trust me. That's it. I got you.
Oh,
man,
shit.
Collapse with the kick.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way he didn't collapse during the sun. It was the kick.
He's not even in his fucking chair when he gets in this fucking thing. He's not even in his fucking chair.
Yeah, but he
there
goes, oh!
There he goes.
Both matches without the wrestlers were in the table.
And on that note, everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood.
Stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah. Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit. Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's Wrestling with Knuckleheads. Janelle over here, number one in the comment section. And then, okay, Mr. Loki, our favorite people. You are our favorite people also.
Hey, what's going on, my guys? What's going on, everyone? Hope y'all having an awesome Thursday. We back with another edition of Wrestling with Knuckleheads here. And, yeah, we feeling... How you feeling, Toe? Because we feeling all right now, but how you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling all right. You know, I'm a yippee-ki-yay motherfucking type shit today.
No, that's what you gotta... That's what we gotta be. We gotta make sure we good, we chilling. And, yeah, we got some wrestling to discuss, man, because there's been a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make some rules. Hi there, guys. Happy holidays and happy PlayStation 30th anniversary. Okay, 30th anniversary for PlayStation.
Yo,
you know what's crazy? The last PlayStation I've ever owned was the PlayStation 2. So,
really?
So I'm a bad parent in that regard.
Got you. Nah, bro, definitely. It's cool as hell right now because of the 30th anniversary, they came out with themes for your PlayStation.
Okay.
We have PS5. So you can set it up for it to start up, like if it's a PS1, a PS2, PS3.
I heard something about that. That's real.
Yeah, bro. I made my shit start like a PS2 now.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fucking dope. Like even
That's dope.
when you switch games and shit, it starts doing the sounds like it was a PS2. I'm like, that's dope. That's dope. So yeah, man. I'll give it to Sony. They finally did something cool this year. Yeah.
Yo, I thought about getting the PlayStation. About
It-
getting the 5 because
yeah.
the Xbox One X ain't. It doesn't feel any different than the Xbox One, and I mean the Series X and shit like that. And
No.
also, it's still like the games. There's no games on the Xbox anymore.
Yeah. I will say this right now, it's definitely gonna be cheaper to find it than it was when the PS5 first came out because it felt like
Yeah.
you could never find that shit.
Oh, and Costco got some deals on that motherfucker.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now it's bro, you'll find it everywhere and it's cheaper. Like you'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to fucking get it for but yeah, man. Game wise, they definitely at least starting to update the library now where you can even play like old PS1 games, PS2 games, all that
Okay.
shit. So yeah.
That's what's up. Shit. I'm trying to get my levels right on the mic, but all right, hopefully we did. But yeah, nah, that's what's up though, cause like yo, dude, I was looking at the Black Friday sales for the Xbox, and yo, the UFC $50 for the $100 and something version. I'm like, yo, I understand that's like a discount, like that's a crazy discount, but that's still not enough. If it was $20, you would have had me.
Yeah, you know what it is, bro. When it comes to Black Friday deals and shit like that, it's always like, oh yeah, we're gonna decrease it a bit, but hey, because when we did I think it was their March deals for UFC, bro. It was $36 for the same edition. So I was like, wait a second, why was it cheaper then? Like because they usually do like Friday deals once in a blue. In March they had one like that. I almost bought UFC then. I looked at it the other day. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be like around the same price now. Maybe I'll pick it up. And it was around there. It was like $50. I'm like, what's the deal then?
Yeah,
Because that's basically the base game, if anything.
the deal is we get to fuck you over.
Basically.
So everybody, how's the quality of this video? I mean, it's looking good on mine because I'm downscaling it from the 4K to the 1080p on this one. I want to see how it looks on stream.
Looking at the YouTube version, it looks clean. Like it looks really clean. Yeah. Shit, even the logos look nice and everything on it. Like it looks crisp.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So, yo, even
You
the
know
cup
me.
you just picked up like a few seconds ago looks fucking nice and blue. So it looks, yeah, it looks, yeah. So you good. You good.
You know me, man. I'm fucking
Nah, bro,
starving for protection, for perfection.
No, I got, bro, trust me. That's why the other day I was like, is there nothing we could do? Because it just, every time it looked like it was getting grayer and grayer and like very grainy. And I was just like,
Yeah.
there's got to be something. There's got to be something we could do. But I'm glad, hey, we're making it work. We're working through the technical difficulties. And hey, we'll try to give y'all the best quality product we can. And if we can't, fuck you then. What happened?
I forgot to put the audio shit on again.
Oh God.
But it's like
when you said we were recording, that's what I thought you meant you did was the audio.
We're recording the video. But the crazy shit is though, yesterday it took me about an hour, but I figured out how to record the audio in one track. Because the problem is it records in stereo. So when I put it on DaVinci, when I export the audio, it comes out on the left and right speaker.
Ah, okay.
Like I can still put it out there with the left speaker and all that, but I don't know if it's just gonna come out on your left speaker and
it might, yeah. Because I've heard podcasts like that. That's like, is it my headphones fucking up? Like,
yeah, and I learned how to put it into mono. So let's see how that runs. But I gotta definitely get used to having Audacity open while we're recording.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's how it's funny. That's why I record my commentary is through Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
It works, bro. It does. It records it clear, concise. So it works out. It works out.
But like I was saying before the 30th anniversary of PlayStation,
Yeah.
New rules, man. New
All right,
rules
what's
for
that
you
rule?
fucking fans. Like, yo, listen. Been a fan for more than 30 years. So I got the right to fucking tell y'all motherfuckers the rules for this shit.
All right.
I'm not gatekeeping. I'm rule keeping. Somebody gotta fix y'all youngin' motherfuckers.
Oh shit, here we go. What are these rules?
No more complaining about a pay-per-view based off of who came back and who didn't.
I like that rule. Bet.
Because we was talking about this shit on Monday, and they gave me some time to think, and I'm like, wait a minute. You're sitting here telling me that War Games was bad because The Rock or Brock Lesnar didn't show up?
Yep.
Nigga, what? Like, that don't make no fucking sense.
Exactly.
One, they wasn't scheduled to show up. And two, it wasn't about them.
But and it didn't, to me, honestly, again, I'm not even just trying to say this because we're going off that regard, but it's like it wasn't missing. I wasn't like, by the end of it, I was like, yo, you know who should have showed up right now? The Rock. Brock.
Now,
Like, no, it felt like
now if
perfect.
all the members of the family that got hired came in and started beating up the bloodline, and then I can see people go, yo, how come The Rock didn't come back and help people out, or Brock Lesnar or something? But even then, it wouldn't have warranted it, because who knew these people were coming to jump? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, relax with this shit. You
Bro.
motherfuckers are ungrateful. No, I'm not even gonna say you're ungrateful, because there's no need to be grateful that they put on a good show. That should be by default.
Yeah.
The WWE and AEW should be putting on great shows by default. They are professional wrestling that are televised on national TV and on shit that we have to pay for. So there's no excuse for them not to put on good shows. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck what you heard. There's no excuse for them to not put on good shows. So don't feel grateful that they're putting on good shows. But you motherfuckers should seriously stop with this whole believing that because you want it a certain way, they're going to make it that way. When I grew up, we couldn't even tell our mothers what we wanted to eat. It's what she made is what we ate.
Facts.
I don't eat seafood, and I was forced to eat seafood when it was on the fucking plate. There was no, let me make something different for you. No, eat it. So when they're telling you a story, you fucking watch the story. If the story sucks because the execution sucks, okay, you got something to stand on. But if you don't agree with the story, you think that they should have did this or that with the story, then that's your fucking problem. There's plenty of times that we were sitting there like, yo, if they would have did this, it would have been dope. But we don't sit here and criticize them and go, yo, these motherfuckers suck because Chad Gable didn't fucking do a backflip in the middle of the fucking ring for no reason.
Facts. It's like, no, we want it. Again, the biggest thing is as long as it gives us something where it's a coherent product, we're enjoying the story, and it does the fucking job. Like, people are asking, oh, it needs to have this, it needs to have this. Does it? Or is that what you want from it? Like, again, looking at that pay-per-view on Saturday, the only thing I can complain about is there was a lot of storytelling in the men's, and there was options for storytelling in the women's. They didn't do it. Is that a problem? No. It's okay. They made it more of a just type of match instead of storytelling. That's also fine. Wrestling doesn't necessarily need to always be storytelling. Majority of the time it is, because storytelling is an element in wrestling, but it's not necessary. It's not fucking like, oh, without this,
Yeah. And also with so many people not having so much experience in the match, you got to make sure that the match is good before you start doing all this extra shit.
Exactly. Like, for the people that were for a match like this, because I saw someone was talking about, oh, what if they would have had so and so return in it who's still off of injury?
What up, Rome guy? What up, Leon?
Yo, what's going on? If they would have had like Charlotte show up and return, I'm like, this is a match where you're almost guaranteed to get messed up. Like,
half of the fucking men's come.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right now, off the money, the War Games matches alone, you have Raquel who got stitches off her elbow. You had Rhea fuck up again, partial of her orbital. You have Jimmy who fucked up his toe. You have Bronson Reed who fucked up his ankles. You have Jacob who probably fucked up his knee again. That one wasn't confirmed yet or not, but I just know like
Yeah, he was
I
hopping
don't know,
around like
he fucked up his knee.
that's not a part of the story.
No. Or it could be again. Jacob could also just be that good, but 90% of the time, again, that type of match it warrants unfortunately situations like that.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that, man. That it's like sometimes you also just want to make sure everyone walks out on their own accord, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're again, it's I get the idea of because so and so they've done time and time again. We bring in this person, we do this, we do that. It's like it's cool here and there, but it doesn't need to become a necessity that in order for this show to be good, I gotta have a return. I gotta have a debut. I gotta have this. Like Drew showing up on Monday, that worked. It didn't need to be it didn't need to be on the show on Sunday or Saturday. Sorry,
Yeah.
it wasn't missing from the pay per view. It worked out Monday because there was actually an arc to it. That's like, okay, cool. He probably is the one that attacked Jey Uso. They'll probably confirm it by but then it's like boom, then you have that. It's like it gives something.
I don't know why it's not showing.
What did Damien put? Is it me or squash matches starting to be overrated? How are they overrated? Explain, Damien, if you don't mind.
Yo, Kenny, can you hear us?
Yo, Kenny.
I can hear you.
All right.
I just can't see anything on the screen.
Are you on your phone or?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh, that's probably what it is. The bit rate. Did that help or?
What? All I see is you guys.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna see. We're on Ninja.
Okay.
Yeah, there should be another window without broadcasting the window, but yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to look on the phone.
Yeah, I can't see no comments, so.
All right, don't worry. We got this. You can see the chat on the thing, right? Right?
Yeah, I can see it on the.
All right, let me put a picture up for you, Kenny. All right, but yeah, so like I was, it's stupid to fucking sit here and complain about shit. It's like we're in an era now where we're not doing cancel culture. We're doing what about me culture, where everybody's so concerned about their input or some shit. Like, yo, you watch a show and it's like, oh, they had a black woman that stood tall and wasn't ignorant in the movie. I don't like it. Well, what? Like, people have issues with. I'm pretty sure the issue with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I said this shit on Tuesday, is because a black man is the Captain America.
Oh hell yeah, bro! That was the main thing, especially
100.
When they did the final speech at the end, when Cap does his speech. It's like because he fucking actually talked about injustices and everything like that. Because it's coming from that, of course they're gonna fucking complain. Like people want to find a reason to fucking just have that speak out. Like, oh, we got to do this, and just fucking complain about something, no matter what.
Always, and that in itself is what fucking.
It's funny you're making a picture, but the thing asked me for a placeholder, like if I wanted to thing that goes on the screen, and I put a picture.
And you know what the crazy shit is? I don't know why it didn't pop up. I did that specifically so I don't have to do shit like this. If you send me that picture, I could put that picture up for you.
Oh no, I'm not even staying long anyway because I just got in the house.
All right.
But you don't love us no more, man? Dang.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I got you, my guy. It's all good.
Work.
It's all good. It's all good. We hear you.
But what'd you think of War Games while you're here?
I thought it was good. Like it didn't need no surprises. It didn't need no turns. You know what I mean? It did its job. Like,
now, yeah, I think so. I think so too. It's like it war games are supposed to settle something, and we can't keep having people debut there or this there or start shit like Raw. Oh man, with Seth Rollins talking about this same shit with Roman Reigns, like, yo, get over it. Get over it. Get over yourself.
I like that segment.
You liked it?
I like that segment because it was more of a like, why are you helping him gain power type of thing. And then when like Sammy was just like, you're the reason why he's acting this way now. So I was like, oh shit, like you're right. Because if you think about it, if Roman would have never got hit in the back of in his back with the chair, we would have never gotten a tribal chief.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. I gotta shout out my boy fucking Gresh for saying, what if it actually, and technically it's Batista's fault. Because if Batista wouldn't have quit, Triple H don't need a plan B. But now we don't get Seth doing the turn and all that.
Yeah.
So all this comes down to Batista wanting to be Drax for a lot longer. So it's all Guardians of the Galaxy again. It's all Peter Quill's fault.
Yep.
He made Thanos and he made Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and no matter how much Seth tries, he's still not relevant. Yo, I was telling my brother, I was like, yo, if I was in that promo segment with Seth, I'm like, the real reason why you're mad is because no matter how much history you have with Roman, you're still never gonna be relevant.
But the thing about it is that he was though.
When?
He was a person.
Yo,
besides Roman Reigns, being who he was for the amount of years that he was tribal chief and all this other stuff or whatever, he was leading, WWE. No, Seth Rollins was another person too that was just, but like he was holding it down.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, because think about it, Kenny. When they split Raw and SmackDown up again,
Seth
the
Rollins
look, the main attraction on Raw was the Hurt Business, and I know this because all of y'all people want the Hurt Business in AEW, and then they split up the Hurt Business because it was getting too big and it was starting to compete with the Bloodline. So what happens? They put Bobby Lashley in the United States title shit with Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the United States champion. He can't compete with the Bloodline. We need a secondary title. Those are the words, a secondary title. Any other person you put that title on would have made that title an equal championship. If Cody Rhodes would have won that title at WrestleMania, it would have been an equal world title, not a secondary championship. Seth Rollins was someone they forced down our throats, and people are just accepting it now. That's all it is. Seth Rollins, one, never did anything to make someone want to watch wrestling, and he never did anything to make that world title mean anything.
No, he did.
No, first off, he destroyed Austin Theory's fucking United States title run. He destroyed a reason for Austin Theory to have a cash-in, Money in the Bank fucking briefcase. If you want to talk about it, they put him in the line because the Hurt Business was too fucking big. Big E was inconsequential when they were there. But, bro, every person that they put Seth Rollins up against, he has the John Cena effect. He doesn't make them any bigger. Bronson Reed just had a fucking, 6-month fucking feud, and he put Seth Rollins on the deck, and he was huge. Seth Rollins comes back, and Seth Rollins beats him, and everyone's like, why are you beating him? And then Bronson Reed became bigger than anything Seth Rollins did because he's with the Bloodline. What did Seth Rollins do that made him the second guy besides him always being on fucking because if that's the criteria, he's always there. Then Ricochet was the second fucking guy.
No. Ricochet did exactly what Ricochet was supposed to do, be a high flyer.
And that's what Seth Rollins did. They told Seth Rollins, please, by all means, take up as much time of the 3 hours that we have on Raw. Go ahead. And he went out there and spoke for 40 minutes and didn't say a fucking word.
He's a good talker.
He's a good talker?
Yes.
Where you think you got the dry-ass Drew shit from?
Oh, that was just straight Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and he was with who? Seth Rollins.
He was with everyone.
He was with Seth Rollins when the dry-ass Drew shit was born. Him and Seth Rollins, 42 minutes each, like, oh my fucking God. Come on, bro. Yo, I understand. Based off of the way they want us to see it, Seth Rollins is supposed to be this guy. He wasn't.
Seth Rollins was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Who was bigger? The Hurt Business or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
So when Seth Rollins was out for 3 months, were they saying we want the Hurt Business back, or were we saying we want Seth Rollins back?
They wanted Seth Rollins back. They didn't want the Hurt Business back.
Oh, I'm sorry. My English isn't that good. When they said we want Roman, they meant we want Seth. All right, I got you. That was because that's the only chant I heard was we want Roman.
Listen,
and then everyone and their mother wanted the Hurt Business in AEW.
You know what helped Roman Reigns?
The fact that he stopped being this fucking punk ass bitch.
Nope.
With a vest on.
When he got sick, nobody wanted Roman Reigns before they found out that he was getting sick. Nobody. Not one person.
Well, Lay kind of did, but that was because his hometown booed him. But that's a different story.
Nobody wanted Roman Reigns
because they were forcing him down our throat.
Listen, when Roman Reigns came back and he had that WrestleMania match in New York City, they still booed him.
Yeah, it's true. But when Roman left and the pandemic happened,
why? But why?
Who did we say held it down during the pandemic?
Why did he leave?
Roman?
Yes.
Because unlike Big E, he had something that he actually had to go fight, according to the New Day.
He got sick again. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And everybody was like, oh, man, I hope Roman's okay. I hope he comes back. There's so many people dying in the pandemic. And then all of a sudden he came back and they gave him this whole new character. And it was good. And you know what? Fuck. The pandemic helped Roman Reigns too.
Yeah.
Just like the pandemic helped Bayley. Because if we had the fan, Roman Reigns was still trying to be this tribal chief, and Bayley was trying to be heel. Nobody would have liked it. They would have booed it, and they would have scrapped it. They would have scrapped it all together.
You're right.
I'm wrong.
You're 100% right that Seth Rollins did nothing during the pandemic.
When he was what he did during the pandemic, when he was
the Messiah,
the Messiah, that was it.
The biggest thing he did as the Messiah was pop out Ray's eye, and no one remembers that.
And helped out Austin Theory get out of that fucking get into his own. Because if it wasn't for
I know he got Buddy Murphy signed by AEW.
If it wasn't,
I don't know about Austin Theory
with Seth Rollins, he would have never had that WrestleMania match.
Austin Theory's selling cold cuts at a supermarket right now.
But whose fault is that?
That's Seth Rollins' fault.
Well, it's not. It's Vince
Yes,
McMahon.
it is. It's Seth Rollins and Cena's fault that Austin Theory's selling fucking cold cuts.
You cannot blame nobody for the way they're treating Austin Theory now, but Vince McMahon. That's what happens when you're a Vince guy.
Really?
Yes.
So that match go ahead, Ray.
Or he could just blame Austin Theory for not capitalizing when given the moments, but that's a different story.
That match he had with Cena was Austin Theory's fault?
Everybody who was a part of the Vince McMahon team, okay, got fucked over. That's it.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Because I remember Seth Rollins was trying to be on top when Vince McMahon was there.
Nope,
he was double champion when Vince was there.
Never been a main event for WrestleMania.
Neither has CM Punk.
Well, listen, and then CM Punk left.
Neither has Macho Man.
Whoa, Macho Man left. Continue.
He went through 10 WrestleManias.
And
you forgot about WrestleMania fucking 5, asshole. Look at Kenny's like, what?
How many WrestleManias has Punk been a part of?
I want to say like 6 or 7. Because he wasn't with the WWE that long before he left. At one point, he was gone longer than he was with him, right?
I want to say it was a part of good 6 or 7. From 23 to what? To 20... 29?
I could.
If I'm not mistaken.
I believe. I think he had. Yeah, I think you were right, Ray.
Because I know it started with the Money in the Bank at 23. And then from there. He just never got his main.
Nope. And then the year that Seth
27 and 29.
The year Seth was supposed to be in an event.
24 to 29.
Gotcha.
What happened? What happened the year Seth was supposed to main event WrestleMania?
He wasn't good enough to do the sunset flip to Kane.
Nope. What happened the year he was supposed to main event WrestleMania? Come on, Ray.
When who was supposed to main event WrestleMania? Punk?
Rollins.
Yeah, Ray's like, Seth Rollins never supposed to WrestleMania.
No, I'm trying to remember. I legit don't remember. That's why I'm like, what happened?
What, Cody came back?
Listen, be quiet. This is when they had the triple threat match between Ronda, Flair, and Becky. And Becky won both titles.
Damn, she got outshined. He got outshined by his own wife there.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So thank you for. You're on my side, Kenny. You just don't want to admit it.
No, I'm not on your side.
Yes, he's never number 2. He was never somebody important.
He's the guy that gets overlooked, but he's the one he'll bat for the team.
He's the guy that gets overlooked. They handed him everything he ever had.
Because just to make up, they give him the crumbs so then he'll be okay, and then while they feed the rest.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Write it down.
They give him the crumbs.
Yeah.
If you were talking about his wardrobe, I completely agree with you.
The rest eat.
They give him the crumbs
while the rest feast.
The rest feast. Who feasted on him?
Yeah. You like that word, right?
Who feasted on him?
Let's see. Roman.
Bullshit.
Cody.
You just said Roman got his popularity because he was sick.
Of course.
He got nothing from Seth Rollins.
He didn't.
Cody got his big push because of Roman, and remember, he got hurt with Seth, so Seth couldn't give him nothing.
Okay.
But he got his popularity with Roman and finishing the story. The story had nothing to do with Seth in it. Drew, dry ass Drew. Remember, Drew was big during the pandemic, but then he wrestled Seth Rollins, and now he's dry ass Drew. They should call him Seth Rollins, because he makes everybody roll backwards. Bobby Lashley, Hurt Business, turned into a fucking patsy for the United States Championship. I give you one thing: Seth Rollins don't discriminate. He'll fuck over every race. I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
He couldn't even do nothing for Logan Paul. Pretty sure half of y'all motherfuckers forgot he wrestled Logan Paul.
I
don't know. Punk ain't eating either. He a part-time contract. Oh no, I'm not saying Punk is secondary or nothing. We're debating whether Seth is a 2. Seth Rollins is one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation. Sure. Maybe when he was a black guy. What was his name? Alistair Black? No. Ruthless Black? Company in Black.
Are we talking about Aleister Black? When he
No,
was
I'm talking about
coming
Seth
in?
Rollins.
Oh, when he was Tyler Black.
Yeah, see?
But so why? Oh god.
Even when he was black, he was white.
No, but the thing is, I'm still trying to understand how Seth didn't have something, because to me, and I feel like it's a consensus when you look at how the IWC talks about it, there wasn't a time one of the Shield guys wasn't on top. In
But
any
does that make him good?
it does when if you're one of the guys that's at that point. Because there was a point, even and we talked about this before. When Roman isn't there, Seth was that guy that hey, someone needs to pick up the pieces, just like Mox does it in AEW, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Every time it's like a situation of shit, we got nothing right now, or someone fucks up. You put it on Mox.
Give me a situation where he picked up the pieces for Roman.
I'm not saying he's picking it up for Roman. I'm saying he's picking it up in general.
Yeah, but you said when Roman isn't there, we need somebody to pick up the pieces.
Isn't there because when Roman isn't there, like that time, he unfortunately had to take the break for leukemia. They're trying to find another star. They put it on Seth because he's reliable.
Yep.
Yeah, but who main evented the WrestleManias? The Fiend, The Undertaker, and AJ Styles. There was no Seth there. Drew McIntyre stepped up when Roman got fucking leukemia. We forgot about that?
No, Drew had his moment, but again, who's the main workhorse at that time?
At that time, it was Drew, and at that time it was Drew. AJ had to promote that match with The Undertaker by himself.
Well, yeah, that
Bailey and Sasha were doing their thing with the women's division. Even the fucking Miz had to step up and do all the shit with the Miz TV and the shit with the zombies and all that shit didn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, which
Seth Rollins was doing the Messiah shit and had Buddy Matthew with him, but they wasn't doing nothing but fucking up Rey Mysterio. They did all that to bring in Rey's son.
He was still doing something.
That's like saying Val Venus was still doing something.
He was.
Jesus, not Val Venus now. Come on, man.
Yeah, but when did doing the bare minimum make you the guy that picks up the pieces?
But
because to be honest with you, Roman Reigns came back and it wouldn't have worked for this long without the rest of the people in the bloodline. Roman would have not been strong enough to hold this shit by himself. He needed Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman realized you needed Jay, you needed Jimmy, you needed Sammy, you needed Solo, you needed Jacob, you need all these people. Why? Because when you have so many people that are a part of the story, not just standing there, that are a part of the story, you can tell each part of the story separately for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because now we're invested in Jay. We're starting to be invested in Jimmy. Everybody's interested in Jacob. Sammy got a role now. He went from being fucking Fidel Castro to being an important main event guy. Did Rollins do that for Sammy? Or did Paul Heyman do that for Sammy? Just saying, everyone that think about this, everyone that Seth Rollins wrestled around the time he picked up the pieces is either gone,
nope,
or inconsequential.
Nah, bullshit.
Austin Theory, he don't matter no more. Bobby Lashley's gone. Drew McIntyre's been struggling to get back to where he was during the pandemic era. Rey Mysterio is just basically there to wave and have Dragon Lee do shit. Fucking Buddy Matthews, AEW gone.
Right.
Who else stood with him? For 5 years, the same people that were with Roman are bigger characters.
Like who?
Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Jacob, Paul. Jay Uso won his first Intercontinental title, his first solo championship after Roman.
Paul? Wait, which Paul?
Heyman.
No, Paul Heyman. First of all, no, he did not make Paul Heyman bigger. I'm sorry.
So when Brock Lesnar's not there and Paul Heyman's off screen. He didn't do nothing for him?
No.
You're telling so you don't like Paul Heyman in the Bloodline? You
Listen,
didn't cheer when Paul Heyman walked out to get Seth to get CM Punk into the storyline?
Paul Heyman and whatever you put him in.
I'm just saying the Bloodline made him relevant past Brock Lesnar.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I see where Kenny's talking, and it is.
Do you?
Bro, Paul Heyman. It's Paul Heyman.
It's true, but he would have been off TV if Brock Lesnar was gone.
Nope.
It's still Paul Heyman.
Who would he back?
You could have paired him with a broom.
We tried that. Remember Ryback?
You could have put him with Drew.
You remember Ryback?
First of all, Ryback was hurting people.
Yeah.
So was Nia Jax, and so was Seth Rollins.
But Nia Jax fixed herself.
Yeah, and when did Seth Rollins fix himself? Seth Rollins ended Sting's fucking career in WWE.
No, that was
he broke your boy Cena's nose. He fucked up Finn Balor's in Universal Championship run.
No, the top rope did that shit.
No, when he powerbombed Finn Balor onto the fucking guardrail and broke his fucking shoulder, the Universal title run that he had for 8 hours was it. He only had one title shot after that.
Don't blame that shit. He could have came back for it.
Oh please. Oh please.
He should have come back for it, but again, unfortunately, it comes with the territory. This is wrestling. When you can't.
You want to talk about Seth wasn't a Vince guy. He hurt more people than he fucking wrestled. That he's still champion during the Vince McMahon era. Kennedy was fired because he gave a stiff back body drop to Randy Orton.
That's
during
not
the Vince
only
McMahon
why-
era.
That's not only the reason he got fired. That was
Come on now.
that was like the
Was he freaking in that
straw to the
book?
fucking. That was the straw that broke the camel's back at that point, but that definitely was not the only reason he got fired at that point. Like,
Damien, that is not a fuck up. Vince saved Paul Heyman from that shit.
from what?
Being with Ronda Rousey.
Well, because they wanted someone that could talk for her. Remember, that's with Heyman. That was always his thing. That's like he's gonna make sure this person is not just a worker out there. Because Heyman is the guy that can talk. Heyman is that mouthpiece. He is the liaison. He is the wise man for a reason. That's what we're saying. Like Heyman, he doesn't need anyone to remain relevant because it's Heyman. At this point, when you talk about talkers, when you talk about the greatest talkers out there, the reason a lot of people study to want to promo, to want to commentate, to want to do anything, it's Paul Heyman. Like it's Paul Heyman, no matter who they pair him with. That's why I said you could pair him with a broom at this point. It's Paul Heyman.
We paired him with Cesaro.
And it was working, but
it was working for what?
You don't think him and Cesaro was a good pairing?
It was nowhere near him and Brock. It was nowhere near him and CM Punk.
No, but that's comparing.
You can't.
It's Brock.
Yeah, but
Brock
but here's the
guy.
but here's the thing though. This is what I'm talking about. Cesaro is an amazing wrestler.
He is.
No, but he doesn't have that presence, even if you put him with Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns stands next to Paul Heyman. People follow him for 5 years. You put Cesaro next to Paul Heyman, people forgot about that shit.
Let me tell you something. Cesaro now, as whatever his name is in AEW.
Claudio Castagnoli, the name he's used.
Whatever. He's still not even fucking relevant now in AEW.
So I think me and Kenny are on the same team. He just doesn't want to agree with me.
What title has he had?
The ROH title.
Okay.
Okay.
That's.
Y'all are at this point.
I could get a weight belt. I could get a weight belt and write ROH on that shit too, right, Kenny?
Fuck, I can stream on my platform and get the same amount of views. Yeah, I got a TV title too.
Which one you want? I got two back here. We can call them ROH.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all argue because
ROH.
Oh man!
Thanks for the laughs.
Word.
We can tip your waitress.
Word. Shit, man. The thing.
That one.
At least AEW pay what he's worth. Come on, man. Yo, listen, man. What they make financially, that's on them and the company. I'm not a banker, and I'm not going to pay him. So that's up to them.
AEW is like, how can I compare AEW's payroll?
Like the NBA.
You know, no. It's like when you make so much money, you just don't care about the price.
Yeah.
And you overpay for this, right? Like, it's okay.
They got that fuck you money.
Like, you could just get this at Walmart, right?
But it's here.
That as well.
Yeah, who cares that this air fryer is fucking $90 here and $20 at Walmart? You know, why take the trip next door and go to Walmart? So, Boris, just quick question. This is for my own shit. I'm not trying to start an argument or nothing. You think Mercedes got paid what she was worth?
Hell no. Hell no.
Well, are you talking in 2020 or are you talking about at the moment?
Hell no.
Hindsight.
Never.
Because I think at the moment she was worth it with the hype. At the time she was signed, yeah.
WWE helped her.
Like every other wrestler that went to AEW. Every wrestler that we thought was worth money went to AEW and struggled, except for Miro. And he found his own character.
You know who's better than Mercedes right now? Lash Legend.
Lash Legend?
Yep. And what's her name? Parker from
Oh
NXT.
yeah, Jada Park. Yeah,
Yep.
because one, the story that they're telling is a lot fucking stronger than whatever they're trying to do with Mercedes or any of the women or men in AEW. But
yo, before you continue, is Ray just truly ignoring us and on his phone?
Yeah, because we
talked about Claudio.
Yeah, no, because we talked about ROH.
Oh,
his logo is based off ROH.
Okay,
it's a real title.
His
right?
show is better. His show is better than ROH at this point.
No, I'm just like, why am I gonna argue right now? Because it's just we're at the same point here, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
We're not. I'll opinionate eventually.
Is because we said ROH really didn't matter, and that's not our fault. That's Tony Khan's fault. But yo, listen, Jada Parker has a fucking presence, and in NXT they're helping these people show their presence even more. She walks to the ring and people are like, who's this girl? I remember when I first saw her, I was like, who this? Wait a minute. Shit, like to be honest with you, I'm sitting here like, if Mercedes didn't wear all these skimpy, fancy doodads to the ring, would she still have that who's this present? And I know her character's supposed to be like would we say a mix between the model Rick Martel and Ric Flair or some shit? Because I wouldn't say she's trying to be Ric Flair, but she's dressing like she got money like Ric Flair, and she's acting like she's the model.
Well, it's supposed to be that based off territory. That's why they paired her with Camille to have that body behind, but then they ended that pretty quickly.
Because what's better than having a team? Breaking them up. And the best reason to break up a team.
Fuck them, that's why.
That's why I'm so happy that the New Day didn't fucking break up. I could see her being the next NXT champion also. I could see her being a WWE champion. Like on the main roster.
All right, fellas, I gotta go.
All right. Appreciate you coming on, Kenny.
Later, boys.
This is my guy.
Peace. Ray was getting heated. He was turning red because he knew what I said about Seth Rollins was true.
Bro, I was just dying because I'm like, y'all technically are saying the same shit in a sense. And then I would come and say something different, and then y'all getting on me. I'm like, I'm stay over here. Hi, Gigi.
No one knows.
Yep. Yep. You'll be added in a second.
Hey.
It's coming in a second. Oh, there you go.
The black box that has all the other shits. But hold on, wait. Here you go, Gigi.
I am so confused.
Best recommendation I would give if you see like on the side just our cameras, look at that because looking at the middle might make you think it's blurry.
So the middle is the actual broadcast software I'm using.
Yeah. So for me, it's been easier to just look like us over here because for me the display has like us three over here,
You want
and
me to?
neither of our cameras are blurred.
You want me to stop broadcasting?
No, it's fine. I'm just I'm just saying like if Gigi's looking at the layout, like there's so much.
I
going
am,
on.
but I
It's like-
can't help but to not look at it because it's like right there.
No, I got you. I got you.
We are here on my end.
Yes. Okay. So for me, it's like right in the middle is the whole display, and then I got us three over here.
Right.
That's what I've been looking at because I feel like okay, I can see very clear here. This is just more so I could look at the comments. I'm looking at the.
What's funny is that to me you look blurry.
On the
Joel
middle, right?
doesn't look yellow today, so he looks normal.
Okay.
But he also looks like on my end he's frozen. But I see him moving in the middle over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay. Hi, folks.
Because you know something, there's a thing where I can have y'all see the yes as HD, but it wasn't like you're gonna have to get a whole new link for that.
Oh jeez. Nah, we're good.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Let's just
Oh,
continue.
good.
What have we spoken about? What
So
have we all spoken about?
Me and Kenny we didn't get into an argument. We was in a little debate of Seth Rollins isn't really like that second guy, but he's not really that guy. But we was talking about how the fans are mad at War Games because no one debuted or returned.
But it wasn't supposed to be like that. I enjoyed War Games.
So did I.
Same.
I enjoyed it. I think people. I want to know what is everybody's reasoning for it. And hear me out. I want to know what the obsession is for every pay-per-view or premium live event that WWE has. Why does there always have to be someone returning?
They think it's AEW.
E Well, then that's their fucking problem. I mean, it's not AEW.
And that's the
I
thing
don't.
is that they got spoiled by it. That now when AEW doesn't have someone show up, oh, but why is there no one here? Where's the big debut? Where's this? Where's the return? It's like, who said there needed to be one? Like
The Rock is not going to come on out, you guys. Let it go. He
go.
did that one appearance. So I blame The Rock for doing that too.
Yeah, why
For
did
him just coming out teasing for nothing? Like, if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, then bro, don't tease. You know, just don't do it. And just what am I looking at? Okay, I'm not. I was reading Mad News. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, you know,
I'm sorry. I'm reading crypto news at the same time since now I'm like getting myself fully reinvested into this. But I need people to stop thinking that there's going to be a surprise each and every single premium live event. The women's war game started off a little slow for me, but it definitely picked up massively. All right. It started off a little slow, and that's fine. But here's the thing, it's supposed to, because look how many women have to come in little by little. Look how many men have to come in little by little.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was pretty. The one match I could have done without, in all honesty, was Walter versus, or excuse me, Gunter versus Damian Priest. If there was a match that I could have done without, I could have done without that match. Because essentially it was the same result as the last one.
Yeah.
Finn Balor coming in, costing Priest a match, and that's it.
Yeah. I think it did its purpose because at least it gave us it wasn't a bad match. It's set up now, hopefully, because again, we know how the directions go with this, of actually having Finn get a title shot here. And
So
actually
I read that he's gonna get a massive push, a singles push, come the new year. And as he should.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Because they've unfortunately been saying he was gonna get a massive push since, like Kenny mentioned earlier, since he came back the first time. Like, and it's also been start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Like when he came back from injury, it was like, okay, they're gonna do something with him. Stops it. Goes to NXT, they're gonna do something with him. Stops it. It's like he comes back to the main roster. Let's do something with him. Stops it. They fuck up the Fiend. It's like, I mean, not the Fiend, the Demon. It's like, how? Now with this, it's like, okay, he had something. Now he's tag team. They even mentioned it on Raw. You're tag team champions and aren't defending the titles. Why are you gonna get another title shot? But hey, let's do that. Saturday night's main event. Let's see how it goes. Which also, damn, why am I booked at a show that day? In Long Island to make it worse.
Hmm?
I'm gonna be in Long Island with Saturday night's main event, not even 20 minutes away from where I'm gonna be at.
Shit.
And that card looks amazing.
You didn't book yourself during Aventura.
I mean, bro, I don't. Someone could have told me, "Hey, we got a booking for." No, you don't.
Yeah, did you?
I'm sorry.
Did you hear that? I mean, my man malfunctioned when he said Aventura.
Bro, the amount of money I spent on those Aventura tickets, you could have told me I'm booked at any show. Sorry.
No, I hear you.
Especially since you had to do a redo.
Exactly. My
word.
And you could have told me, hey, this show's nope. That's why when everyone kept giving me dates, I'm like, don't give me that date. Because
nope. Yeah. But so before we continue with War Games, Janelle wants to know, what does it mean for Big E? Because the New Day basically kicked Big E out the fucking. Do you not see the chat? In the group?
No, I don't see anything. I don't know if I should take a picture and show you what I see. I see you're moving your mouse everywhere and stuff.
Oh wait, so you don't see the chat like they're like right next to us? You don't see the chat?
I do, but like it's so small.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so like I said, should I stop sharing the screen?
To me, it's fine, but
does that make it better?
Now we see the.
I don't know what I did. Wait, was that?
No, that was me. That was me. That was me.
You should now be able to see whatever comments are going to pop up. Should be at the possibly right corner. I don't know what corner it's going to be for you, but it should be.
I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Is that what
I'm? In a gray box, or you don't see a gray box? Yeah,
I see a gray box.
Yeah, so that should be wherever.
Like this. This is very. Listen, I am going through a lot right now. I'm still recovering from Big E being kicked out the group. Okay.
So we got through that. It's the end of the road. That's it. It's gonna be okay.
It's never the end.
I know it's hard to say goodbye, but we gotta say goodbye.
There's no such thing as that.
We just had to say goodbye.
There's no such thing as that.
For now.
You say
he will be back.
See you later.
Exactly.
There's no goodbye to Big E.
We we will see him. That's the thing I spoke to. Also, shout out to Gresh this week. We spoke about of. I think more than likely, that's a main reason we needed this. Was this is telling us he'll be back in the ring very soon.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have risked having him in even close to the ring if there's not a chance that he can come back, let's say in the next 6 months.
But also, that's the anchor that you needed to cut to let Kofi and Xavier fly like peacocks.
Yeah, you needed something to make us. I don't want to say care because people care about as we care about the New Day, but I think you needed something to get us to react.
You needed the Marty Jannetty going through the window.
Yeah, exactly. You need that moment that it's like, what's because everyone spoke about that. Every headline, every graphic this week that you're seeing coming out is all about that, the New Day, about the breakup, about them throwing out Biggie, all that. And it did what its job. Hey, Mia Yim's sister was the main topic this week.
Yes, she was. Shout out to Mia Yim's sister. That was dope.
Her going off on the New Day on Twitter.
That was some shit where she was like, if I was with a company for 10 years and my biggest accomplishment was wearing a fake ass Burger King crown, I'd be pissed too.
She went in. I was like, oh, that's fucking funny. Like, yo, her saying, I had their meal ready with this pale tasting ass mouth. I was like, oh damn. She went in.
I'm sure it came out of nowhere. She was like, you need to go ahead and start worrying about your bird ass chest that you got.
Yeah, it was funny because when her first tweet was that 50 Cent comment after Mayweather, it's like, why he say fuck me though? Like, what'd I do? And then it went on from there.
I will not lie to y'all. I did not know that was Mia Yim's sister.
Yep.
But when I first saw it, I thought that was a boy. Mia Yim's sister? Like when they posted the
she
photos
has a strong
and stuff
face.
like that?
Yeah, she has a strong face. I could see that.
Like when they were doing their photo ops and stuff like that.
Those
for
are
a second,
weird
I was
positions.
like, he's with a dude? Okay.
Those are weird positions. Those Christmas sweater photos.
Well, I think a lot of it's supposed to be the prom photos, no? Like the holding like this, doing.
No, like she's bent over and he's bent over on top of her. Like they're playing table. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
That I don't know. I know a lot of them were supposed to be like the prom type photos, but that one fucking escaped me right now. That's like, oh yeah, they did do some wild shit, but yeah.
I mean, I saw her in a dress and everything like that because of the Hall of Fame and shit like that, you know. But like there were those photos when they came out, like Toe said, she has a strong face, strong style.
Word.
Nakamura. I'm still in jeans. I shall be back. I'm going in my sweatpants. Fuck this shit.
That's how you know she just got home.
Facts.
Shit. But yeah, I mean,
I am low key upset that my little QR code is not popping up as a picture. I did put it up there. Unbelievable. Like I tried, like, you know what?
I'm so glad I didn't even do it because I was like, watch us not even have the picture.
Yeah. Listen, man.
Click through. I was like, I'm not gonna give Toe extra work to do right now.
We can go to the StreamYard. I'm just saying.
Bro, you just set this whole shit up.
Yeah.
I'm just looking like little
no one appreciates my hard work.
Hey,
man.
I appreciate your hard work, man. I get it. I understand.
I just want my shit to look.
I know
good.
you do. You try it. It's working, but yeah, I don't know, man. Oh fuck. Tune in next week, folks. We'll probably be on StreamYard by then. Holy shit. Oh man.
Fuck, man. I'm trying to make our shit look different than everybody.
I know. Man. Oh fuck. It's hey. Who would you guys like to see? The stream says win.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to see win the Women's Royal Rumble this year?
Raquel Rodriguez.
I wouldn't mind if it's Raquel. I wouldn't mind Raquel winning the Women's Royal Rumble. I wouldn't mind Mia Yim winning the Women's Royal Rumble.
Who?
Mia Yim.
I wouldn't mind her winning the United States title. Even though I think Dakota Kai is perfect for the Intercontinental Championship and Chelsea Green is perfect for the United States Championship.
Yes.
I think because if memory serves me correctly, the United States Championship was made for heels, and the Intercontinental Championship was kind of like made for baby faces to chase.
That and it always felt like to me the workhorse title. Like even when the US title was there, I felt like the IC title was always more like you would see the better quality matches, and the US title was always more like
because
not gimmicky, but it felt like the chase.
Yeah, because for me, it felt like the Intercontinental title was given to the best wrestler, and the person who we're gonna bring up to be the next world champion.
Yep.
The United States Championship was. This is a guy that is just as good as Ric Flair, but we're not gonna put him in his spot. Like Tully Blanchard holding that United States Championship all those years, not doing nothing. Okay, cool. We got it. He's the champion. You know, I think the United States title was the highest ranked championship out of all the other championships that WCW had.
Yep.
And then it was the world title.
And then you saw it in WWE. It transcended the same because it was like a lot of guys that probably should have been world champion. Nope.
Yeah.
U.S. champion, U.S. champion, U.S. champion. Because when you look at it, Matt Hardy, who again then finally became world champion in other companies.
Coffee.
Shelton Benjamin at one point still, especially at the gold standard gimmick, probably could have been a world champion. But U.S. title. Steven Richards, a whole great run as U.S. champion.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Yeah, like he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. Great technical matches. But yeah. Hey, at least it worked out that they eventually gave Lashley a title. Because Lashley's U.S. title run was a good one too. But I was like, did something with that first one. The first.
Yeah. It was good. It's just like I said, they fucked up the U.S. title situation because they felt like they needed a champion on Raw, which would have been dope if they had a champion on Raw. But if they would have been like, we're not just gonna throw this title together and give it to you and make somebody a champion just because we need a champion. We're gonna have a tournament of every person on the Raw roster, and it's gonna culminate at WrestleMania. Because even when Seth was world champion, the secondary title, he didn't defend it. What, he had the first match at WrestleMania for a couple minutes because he was hurt against Drew.
Yeah.
And then Drew lost it to Damian Priest. Like that, to me, that's not really a defense. They had a segment.
Well, and that was the thing I was saying, like with Seth, him winning that title, yes, I know it was viewed as, and at this point, both titles are at this point equal to me. Because the fact that one of those titles wasn't on the pay-per-view and the other one's going to be on Saturday Night's Main Event, right now, neither have the prestige that it should have.
No, they don't.
So, but Seth winning that title then and then having to be the guy that was there when Roman is on his make it count when Roman shows up.
Yeah.
He did do something. Again, I get it. Seth is not the golden boy. He's not fucking putting on 5-star matches at every point. But when you look at the work rate, that's what I was trying to get at earlier. But I was like, I wanted to see where Kenny's was going with it.
Kenny was just on some, I'm going to disagree with you.
No, but and I get that. But also that is also the opinion of a lot of people when they look at, they're not looking at the work rate. To me, this is what I'll always give guys like Rollins. I'll give guys like The Miz, guys like that, their credit, because someone has to fucking do those matches that sometimes like, why do we need this? Because someone has to do it.
I hear you, but in my definition, like, all right, so my opinion, and this is just what I see, because I'm also somebody that goes, wait a minute, he's not the only one doing this. You want to talk about work rate?
Yeah.
At the same time, Ricochet was on TV just as much as Seth Rollins
was. He was.
And right now, I think the person who's the workhorse in the WWE is Sheamus.
But I can agree with you perfectly there. The only thing I would say about Seth and Ricochet, the difference would be, is unfortunately, they didn't see that position for Ricochet. Not saying he doesn't deserve it, because he was capable of doing it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
The problem is, well, though, and this is where someone might get pissed off because I say this, but hey, Ricochet even said it. The style he wrestles depends on he's in there with.
No, yeah, but
no, what I was saying with
Yeah.
that, though, that means you're gonna change up a lot, and they need consistency throughout everything.
But you know, if you let's take out the fact that he really got hurt.
Yeah.
If you were to pay attention to AEW and WWE at the time.
Yeah.
Now, what's going on, Taquan? Yo, if you really pay attention, at the time Orange Cassidy was the Continental Champion and one of their fucking champions.
Yeah.
And he wrestled every day to the point where I hated seeing him on TV. And he had to wear the tape around his back, his wrist, his this, his that. He was getting beat up. They were like, how can he wrestle this often? And blah, blah, blah. His body's wearing down and this. And then eventually Seth Rollins was going through the same shit.
Yep.
So story-wise, Seth Rollins just took Orange Cassidy's gimmick. I'm the workhorse because I've been wrestling this whole time defending the world title. Meanwhile, literally Ricochet, The New Day, we had the same people every Monday night wrestling the same match every Monday night, doing the same segment every Monday. Seth wasn't special.
Okay.
Like, at least in AEW, I can get Orange Cassidy doing that because he's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes on Sunday. He's like, AEW puts on more wrestling shows than we do podcasts. And Orange Cassidy was wrestling on every one of those shows. Yeah. But it's just what we see every Monday night, Seth Rollins is wrestling. So is everybody else on Monday night.
Okay. So when I'm saying that workhorse spot and having to, again, be there, that's why I say
but so what I'm saying is just based off of a viewer's, not the interest perspective of the background, giving him because whatever the shit is.
Yeah, no, because that's that. But to me, it's like, that again, I would never take it away. Again, New Day as well. They've earned the respect because they can do that. The thing is then the role you're in, though, because as much as, again, every match it counts, no matter what spot you're in. It counts, but having to be in that role, that's like you're getting, this is, even if it's not the main event, is something we're looking at. With the Miz has been put in there time and time again that they were like, fuck it. You're going to be the one that takes Bryan Danielson out of here. You're going to be the one that pulls it out of him again to fucking want to wrestle. And we get those promos. Segments like that, to me, it shows that. It shows their trust in the person. And again, it's not to take away from anyone else. That's what I'm saying. With Ricochet, the only thing is that now he's somewhere else and he's still doing the same type of match.
Yeah. But so the thing is with the Miz, like I'm saying as a viewer, there's only 3 people that I could see outside of a manager that can do what the Miz does.
Yeah.
And that's, Miz is one of them. Mm-hmm. Fucking Kevin Owens is another one.
Mm-hmm.
And Sami Zayn. These are 3 people you throw in there in any situation. They can adapt to it and they can make it work.
Yeah.
Especially if you give them a mic.
Yep.
But the argument for Seth Rollins is that he wrestled every day.
But okay.
Like that was the story. I'm the workhorse. I wrestled every day. I defended the title every day.
And that's the story.
At one point, Cena was defending that United States title every Monday Night Raw. Like that didn't make him a special type of athlete.
Yeah. But do you not think Seth could do that though?
I think anyone can do that.
No. Not the stepping up every week. What you said about Miz, Kevin Owens, same thing. You don't think Seth can do that?
The simple fact that on Monday Night Raw, him and Sami Zayn had a match and a promo about the history of Roman Reigns, and we didn't give a shit about it. We wasn't listening to what they were saying, but we listened to what the New Day was saying. But every time Seth Rollins came out to speak, no one gave a shit. He even spoke to CM Punk right before that. And we was listening to what CM Punk had to say solo. And then when Seth Rollins came out, we was like, what the fuck is he wearing? And then we went into our own diatribe.
Yeah.
What did you do, Ray?
What's going on, Tyson?
I'm just saying, I think what's happening is that Seth Rollins is the employee that the managers trust and the workers like, but he's not the best person for that job. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can have the keys to open up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Seth is just the guy that's always here.
Yeah, but that's. Can we agree on? And as fucked up as it sounds, can we agree that he's reliable at the job?
When he's not hurt?
Yeah.
We can agree that him and Charlotte Flair are the ones we know they're gonna call when they need somebody.
But that is an important.
If they had nobody for Seth, if they had nobody for Roman Reigns, which is kind of in my head, it just dawned on me. Yeah. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Because that's the part of the story we need to really finish. Because he's still harping on it. But in all honesty, that's who you're going to call. He's a Ghostbuster.
And again, to me, is that not an important role? As much as, again, the work rate might not be where it used to be.
No, I'm not saying where he's at. I'm not saying they're not putting him. What I'm saying is they're putting him in an important role. But what I'm saying is the role that they're putting him in, anyone can do. That's like...
That's where
I can't. No, I have to disagree with you on that because you can't just put anybody in that role.
There's no way,
just
bro.
There's no way. There's no way you can just put anybody in that role. Not anybody's going to be able to take the ball and roll with it like that.
See, my argument is that he wasn't rolling with the ball. The ball was rolling, and he just ran past it.
No, but that's why I was saying that I think we're looking at it differently because with Seth, I don't just see it like he was there consistently, and that's all. It's like no, he was there.
What? He wasn't. He was there when we made the title. He got hurt, and then started doing the same shit Roman did. That he basically criticized Roman for never wrestling. Defending the championship because he got hurt. And then WrestleMania, he played second fiddle to Cody Rhodes in a tag team match. And then that title, the secondary title, played second fiddle to a segment at WrestleMania. Anyone could have done that. He didn't do nothing special with that title. Besides, every Monday night, wrestling someone who they thought deserved the title shot. Which, let's be honest, Damian Priest should have not gotten a title shot at that time. You're telling me Damian Priest, when he was world champion, wasn't taking the ball with it?
Oh, yeah.
And that was him outside of the Judgment Day. He didn't have Rhea Ripley there. He stood on his own 2 feet. The same time that Seth Rollins was being the world champion, Gunther was running the Intercontinental title, controlling what we watched on TV. That's why I said Gunther was another guy that was the secondary person. So anyone could have did what Seth Rollins did because it was inconsequential when it came down to everyone else's role. That's like saying, Show has a very important spot on here. But anyone can do what Show's doing right now.
Oh, and now Show was?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
there's a difference. You can't do that. There's a difference. You can't do that. There's a massive difference. Because at the end of the day, Seth Rollins was still putting in work. The reason why the reasoning why it felt very secondary to us is because of the way they written it for him. The way they set him up for it.
He was having 40-minute promos, main events every Monday. He was the champion.
And that's not really on Seth Rollins. That's on the people who fucking wrote that shit for him, dude. Like, Seth Rollins can go in the ring. And my thing is that like I think you and I and Ray are all seeing it in different aspects and everything like that. Seth Rollins could handle that. You can't just give that to a random you can't give that to R-Truth and let that nigga run with it.
R-Truth had the 24/7 title.
Bro, but that's exactly my point. Was it's still two different spots. So let me put it like this.
But I just said 3 people besides The Miz can do that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Kevin Owens couldn't have been the world champion on Raw.
He could have been, but they didn't use him that way.
They didn't use him.
But so what I'm saying,
blame somebody for the way that other people were being used.
If I give you 15 minutes on a mic, and every day you get 15 minutes on the mic, and no one's listening to you, is that my fault or your fault?
So you think that people are not listening to what Seth Rollins is saying on the mic because of what he was doing as a champion?
What I'm saying was, they gave him the ball, and he did such a mediocre job that anyone else could have did it. Y'all worried about his matches.
Yeah.
His matches have nothing to do with this. It's because when you're the champion,
his matches is part of the total package.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if the total package is promos, being the main event, being the top guy, and your matches, that's 4. He got 25% of this whole package. Are you willing to pay 100% for 25% of something? When you got Gunther, his matches, his promos, and he made the Intercontinental title mean something again. Damian Priest, as the Money in the Bank person, with the fucking Judgment Day, not only bring up him, it bring up Rhea, it bring up Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor still had something to do. And then he split when he became the champion and became a Boricua from New York. That was important. And now he's still main event level. 2 guys that were not put in this position by Seth Rollins is more important than Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins was given more opportunity than these niggas. Every time you give The Miz 15 minutes to make something work, he makes it work.
Yeah.
He got Karrion Kross to fucking have an important fucking story that people can invest in, with his fucking wife being beat up by
Nikki Cross.
I wanted to call her Sister Abigail. You know what I'm saying? Like Tozawa, I understand they're all different spots.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do. Tozawa was put in a spot with Tamina, and that was the best shit we seen. Maxine was literally getting fucking yelled at by the fans. You can't wrestle, and she's still one of, well, besides Chad Gable turning into a fucking supremacist or whatever the fuck he is, at that point was one of the best segments we watched on Raw. At no point have I mentioned anything Seth Rollins did that we enjoyed as much as everyone else on the show. That's my point of anyone could have did that. You could have dropped that title on Gunther the first time, and it would have meant a little more. Cody Rhodes should have won that title at WrestleMania. You want to finish the story. It would have made that title more prestigious. And just handing it to Seth and having Seth wrestle people that we knew for a fact wasn't winning this fucking title, because no one beat Seth Rollins.
Wait, but the Nakamura feud, we all thought there was that chance of it, though. Did we not?
We hoped there was a chance.
But I felt like
and it was also that was around the time he was hurt.
Yeah.
So we thought they were going to give it to Nakamura because he's hurt.
But even in the feud, at least injury, outside injury, we still thought the feud, it's like, okay, we could see Nakamura win it here.
That was because of Nakamura's vignettes in the back. My bad for cutting you off.
No, it's all good. But I get it.
I think we all did.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, at the time, man. Hey, I was just glad he won this weekend because, again, they did the right call of letting this new gimmick be something. But okay, so this might be a stretch, but I want to see. Again, I was trying to pick 2 guys that I feel like it could be the best connection to it. Let's go to WCW back in the day.
Okay.
Let's go to Dean Malenko. Let's go to Hogan.
Real quick.
Yeah.
If you want to equate Seth Rollins someone in WCW.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about in-ring work.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins will be Lex Luger.
I wouldn't say that.
No. Yes. The reason I actually comparing him to Malenko though was because Malenko, when they needed someone to have the good match on there, they were throwing Malenko. But our main guy was always Hogan. So our main guy here, we've said it the whole time, is him. But you need a good match, you put in Seth. So I can agree though, Lex was also that guy. That it was almost like, hey, let's do something with Lex. But unfortunately, they never, it didn't equate to anything else. So I can agree with you there. I can agree with Lex. But you're seeing how with Lex though, he would get that, he would be there. He'll be there. Just to do something. But I felt the same from Malenko. That I was like, he's there. They're not going to do anything else with him though, but they're going to, when needed, Malenko stepped in.
Yeah, but I think the reason why I wouldn't say Malenko is because I think Malenko is a general in there. For the cruiserweight division and that division, I think he's the guy that the standard. He's the guy that you want to be big in the cruiserweight division. Put on a match with Malenko.
Malenko, yeah.
He's the man who makes you credible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something different than that. Like I'm trying to figure out who that is now. Maybe I can't even say AJ Styles, but
it was AJ. No, it was at a point because I feel like once AJ was there, that was the test.
Yeah.
That was the test. That was the guy that's like, let's see how you do with him.
Yeah, or like a Ziggler.
Oh, Ziggler definitely was that guy. Ziggler, but Ziggler was another one. Ziggler, just like The Miz, when you need that spot, that's like, fuck, they're never gonna give Ziggler that real shot again. Outside of the time when he won after Mania, he was always just that bump and feed guy. And sometimes you need that. You need that position because sometimes everyone has their roles. That's the only thing I'm gonna say with it. Everyone has their roles, and as much as it sucks because it feels like, but there's better guys for the opportunity. Yes, but that's not how they see them. There's a bunch of guys that, like we said, a Ricochet could have been in that spot. Ricochet could have been world champion. He could have been easily a world champion, but that's not how they saw him. And it sucks because it's like you think, oh, now he goes to AEW, maybe they'll do that there. And we're still putting on. He just wrestled Claudia 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the video I made with Lay.
Yeah, no, but it's what I'm saying though, that it's like we try to find these, and I get it. Trust me, it sucks because as much as I want to fucking also just be like, hey, yeah, that's how you have to look at it. At the same token, I'm just like, it sucks because I get why they do this shit at times.
No, yeah,
it's annoying because it's like, end of the day, it also doesn't make sense to have to explain it that way because it's like, so what's the point?
Yeah,
because bro, trust me, and we had this conversation on here. I kept saying Gunther could have been the guy to, even as Intercontinental Champion, he could have been the next Warrior to win both. He could have won the world title as Intercontinental Champion, and it would have been fine.
Yep.
But at the same token, that's not the role they wanted for him. They were like, no, we're gonna build him up as his IC champ. Now he's world champ, and again, that's why I felt like, no, the match he had with Priest, it worked, because it's like he's putting on great matches. I said it this weekend because he's another one. As much as Sheamus is also a brute, he's great in there. Ludwig Kaiser could have possibly won the IC title this weekend, and I would have been fine.
I would have been happy with that.
I would have been fine with Ludwig Kaiser winning the IC title because he's another one that he's giving you those matches. When, bro, one of my favorite matches he had in this year was him and Sheamus, and it was a throwaway Raw match.
Yeah.
And they fucking went to town. It's like, those are the guys you need. Those are the moments. But a lot of times, people aren't going to talk about those guys. They're going to talk about the names. They're going to talk about the Romans, the Seths, the Zenas, the Randys, the Punks, all this, the Drews. And it's like, there's a lot of other people there. But again, it's all placement, unfortunately.
I hear you. And Listen, man, and this is the thing. I'm arguing as a viewer. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing as somebody who's in the backstage and knows how politics works or anything like that. I'm that child that's watching Raw, and what I see on TV is the only thing I know, and that's what I'm telling you. That's how I see it. Do I understand why Seth Rollins is in this position? Yes, I do. And if you would watch the Penguin, you would understand the reference. But that's why his older brother got the book to give to the guy and not the Penguin.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. We know you can do it, but he's the one I told to do it.
It perfect. So we're there.
We was always there. I'm just letting you know. It's just one of those things. Like it's not a special thing when anyone can do it. Like because you're making it seem like he's Pippin to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Raw would have went out of business if Seth wasn't
It's
there.
not that, so that's not what I'm trying to do in a sense.
Yeah,
it's almost like it needs to be that way in a sense.
But
that's why I said, to me, those three guys picked up the ball when given. Rollins, Roman, Ambrose, Moxley, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Those three guys, respectively, can't do that. In a sense, that's why I felt like, or at least that's what these companies made it seem.
Because they can do it because they have a very basic story around them. Moxley going to AEW is the vet, the Grizzly vet.
Yep.
So when you need him to go in there, it's always, I'm here to change the way the culture is or whatever the fuck it is. You got to beat me. If you can't beat me, you ain't shit.
Yeah. Roman
is the tribal chief. He's the man. So no matter what, there's always room for the man there.
Yep.
And Seth is always I'm the dependable guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's Bret Hart was the dependable guy. But Bret Hart was also, take the mic out of it, Bret Hart was also a magic. He was magic.
And that's my thing. I think Bret had his role that he was more than just a dependable guy, in my opinion.
Can I be honest with you?
Yep.
He is what Dolph Ziggler and Ricochet should have been. Because Bret Hart was the man you put in there to make you look good.
Yeah.
And he also showed, I can make you look good, but I will always look better than you.
Yeah, bro, I think we spoke about this. He made Doink. Which again, no shout to Doink. Because again, Doink is also a great performer. If you actually look at the character stuff, great performer. But he made Doink look like a main event guy. On a random Raw in I think it was 1994, 95.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. Which again, a guy like Ziggler does. A guy like Ricochet does.
At the time, the top 50 greatest Intercontinental matches was one of them was Bret versus Skinner.
Yeah.
You ain't never getting that again.
The match quality or just it being ranked somewhere?
No, the fact that Skinner is in the top 50 Intercontinental greatest matches.
Yeah. But because that's the thing. We're getting matches like that it's like we would talk about, but fucking IWC is not going to give a shit about.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's fucking throwaway match number 577.
Yeah.
I'll give you this. And this is something, again, if he hears this, he might kill me. But fuck it. My best friend, Anthony Gango, did ROH a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Congratulations to him.
He teamed up with a guy named Cube. They wrestled EJ. I don't want to fuck up his last name, so I'm not even going to try. The very big dude that was in MLW, he's now with AEW.
All right.
Him and Lee Johnson took on Anthony Gangone and Cube. The match is 2 minutes. Bell to bell. 2 minutes. In that, Gangone's the only one that's legal for his team. In that match, he barely got anything in there. But the commentators are putting him over in there. Because he did, like you're supposed to, make the other guy look good while still looking good.
Yeah.
And it's little shit like that. That again, as much as I get it, Rollins might also not give the best promo at times now. When he tries to, because there's also times where we've noticed where he doesn't. Like those punches on Monday could have been a lot could have been better. But when he tries to, he does make the other person look good. Even if, again, shamble of a segment.
Well, all right. It's hard for me to put this in a sentence because I've never said it like this before.
Yeah.
But I'm someone who believes a match is made at the ending. Right? So he can have a phenomenal match with someone.
Yeah.
And then the ending is just he pops up out of nowhere and puts him in the fucking curb stomp and wins. And it will fuck up the whole match.
Okay.
Because now you just deleted everything that happened. And it's almost like, bro, like, oh, we need to end it. There's no more con here. The magic trick has been shown because we ran out of time, people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, see, I like that. I like that you explained it that way because I can now understand where. Okay. I don't want to take away all the blame from him because it's also on him. As a performer, you have to make it work. Like, to give the example of him with my friend, they gave him 2 minutes. They made those 2 minutes work where it worked out for every party involved. Rollins also needs to know how to just do something like that, especially at that stage where it's like you're there, you have to know how to fucking, even if, let's say, you're told, hey, you're down to 2 minutes. Hey, you got 50 seconds left. What do you mean? We're supposed to have another 5 minutes. You got 30 seconds. And you're supposed to know what to do next. So I'll give you that. That maybe that also is something that takes it away. That it's like, fuck. This match was going somewhere. He was doing his thing. Pop up, kick him to midsection, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. And Seth retains. Because he did that with Nakamura.
Yeah.
We saw it multiple times. It's like, okay, this match is going. Nakamura's doing his thing. He's getting it. Kicks out, curb stomp. What the fuck?
Oh, look, Finn Balor's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Finn? Because I remember we talked about that. That's like, what the fuck just happened? But, and again, I get that. But as much as, yes, that is important because it's crucial. The endings, the finishes are crucial. It's supposed to be because a lot of times that is what most people are going to remember. It sucks because I try to look at the other part of it. Because sometimes the finishes are what ruin a match. I will be frank with you. A lot of times a fucking finish is just like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Like it was going well. And then you got to the finish and it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, but
like Saturday,
yeah.
The last thing I was like, that War Games finish, the men's one, perfect.
Yep.
Couldn't have done a better finish. But it's funny because it almost looks like they had to speed through it. Because it almost like, hey, we're taking it home. Like we're almost done at a time.
Yeah.
But you would never notice.
No, yeah.
Because especially once Bronson was injured, it's like, take it home.
Yeah, and yo, here's the thing though. So because Taquan picked bring up Ospreay, and I bring Ospreay and Roman into the mix. Roman, every match Roman had as champion was a fuck finish, but it didn't take away from the match because he's a heel, and it always gives you that if Solo wasn't there or if this guy wasn't there, such and such would have beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't a definitive like, oh, Roman just definitively beat these guys like how he did Bryan Danielson and Edge. right? Osprey. His matches are all the same. But every single one of the endings of those matches are telling a story of one of these guys gave it their all and they got nothing left. And that's why you're like, shit, this is the same match he did there, but at least it was just, it's like watching a good movie over and over again. It's okay. The rewatch value of this match is high. You know what I'm saying? Whereas seeing a Moxie, Brian, Seth, time to go, and we pack up all our shit and run out.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
the
oh
first
my,
time.
yeah, that's like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, it's like the first time. It's like, all right, we'll get once we get to there. It's like, okay. It ruins a rewatch because it's like,
Yeah.
I already know how this is gonna go. It's gonna be a shit finish. But
And when you do that quick finish, that's when you get the moniker. No one can beat you.
yeah,
No one can beat you.
I was trying to think. What's a
If you think about it, CM Punk,
yeah?
did he lose a match in AEW?
The one MJF.
Right?
Yeah.
Did he lose to MJF?
He lost to him in the
Not the dog collar.
No, it was the hold on.
Well,
I can't remember what he did lose to MJF though.
Yeah. So, but he won all those other matches, and until he started wrestling Hangman Page, which was another guy that ends a match quickly off of some bullshit. No one was sitting there going, CM Punk is the fucking undefeatable guy. Like, no one can beat him. There's always that thing like, yo, he just was a better person then.
Yeah.
And that's what I need. He was just a better... When Shawn Michaels is wrestling a fucking 50, 60-year-old Ric Flair, and he's hurting, and he can't stand, and he's gasped for air, and he goes, I'm sorry, I love you, and super kicks him, and lands on him, so that way he doesn't have to exert any more energy, and pins him, that's a fucking storybook ending of a match. Now imagine if he would have just stood up, boom, and stood there, like, woo, that was easy. 1, 2, 3 after a fucking hour-long match. What?
Yeah.
Because you can have the stamina to go an hour. Like, I'll give Cena this. He can go as long as you need him to. I don't want to see that at the end. You still have to give the illusion like something happened during this match. Like, you put all your work in. Like, if you take a test and you show none of your work and you hand it in 5 minutes later, the teacher's gonna go, you cheated. There's no, you're smart enough to do this shit in your head. You cheated. Because there's no way you did this shit this fast and then with showing no work.
Yeah.
So when you show no work at the end and you just end it, you cheated. You cheated me. Even The Undertaker felt beatable at moments, and especially at WrestleMania.
Bro, it's funny. The first one that popped in my head is when he wrestled Edge.
Yeah.
There were so many moments that's like, Edge is about to beat the Streak.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you find out years later, he wanted Edge to beat the Streak.
Because Edge was undefeated also, right?
Yeah. Edge was the only other guy. No one noticed.
Yeah.
Edge was the only guy that just kept winning at Mania, but Edge didn't want to end it because he had too much respect for Taker.
To be honest, it shouldn't have never ended, but...
No, but unfortunately, it would have had to. It's a what if it should have been someone else, but it makes sense that it's Brock. Not not at that moment, but it makes sense that it's Brock.
Well,
like a guy like Brock should be the guy to be able to beat the Undertaker.
It makes sense, but get this.
Yeah.
When the Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels walked out of WrestleMania, holding each other up, not being able to go no more. That's how his WrestleMania matches should have ended. He should have been at that point where he realized he's no longer the dead man. And this was his last hurrah. It's like a boxer when he goes, I don't have it anymore. I can't take these punches. I'm gonna, like Andre Ward. He wins the title. He's on the top of his game. He goes, I'm gonna retire. Why? I don't feel right.
Yeah.
That's when he could have been like, "Yo, Undertaker just goes into the darkness."
Yeah. And that would have been, honestly, that would have been perfect. That finish of them just the three guys that ended an era.
Yeah. Or
'Cause after that, there's no one else that you
Yeah.
really associate, especially that was
Yeah.
still going, than those
yeah,
three.
if you really wanted to pass the torch to Roman, you have Roman in that match with him, and you fucking go at it. You make Roman someone he's not. You rip off the vest. You make him turn into this who he is now.
Yeah.
You see Roman evolve during that match, and then at the end when Undertaker beats him, Undertaker does for him what he did for Jeff Hardy. And then the Undertaker goes, "You know what? This isn't my yard anymore. There's another dog in the yard that's just, you know what I'm saying? Something to acknowledge Roman."
Yeah, to give him that real praise of it instead
Yeah.
of, because I get it, him putting the boots there, but then it's like you still wrestle after.
Yeah.
But him giving him that moment of like giving him what he did to Xena years earlier,
Yeah.
giving him that respect, and even if it would have been in the ring, that would have been a lot better there. But doing that moment of like, "This is yours now, kid,"
Yeah.
and walk away. But again, it's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So that's why, to me, the story, it needs to end right for me. Because if it's a bullshit ending, then the roller coaster I just went on was for nothing. You know?
Unfortunately, yeah. And it's, you know what I hate about it when it comes to that? That again, it takes the disbelief away.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's what makes people use that word that we don't like in wrestling. Because, like, wait a second, you just did all this. Why the fuck did you just stand up like nothing? Like, it's, huh? All this and then that? Like, it ruins. There's so many matches like that. Like, I feel like there's one of the matches that it's always talked about, and it's not a main event match. Macho Man Ricky Steamboat. You can't pick apart one bad thing about that match.
No.
Because they made an arm drag fucking matter. And the finish is perfect. There's not one bad thing about that match. And it's two guys that never got that real, like, climb to the mountaintop. Because yes, Macho Man had his run, but they don't get that moment of like here.
Yeah.
As company guys. But they made that match, and it's like, I'd put that right now. There's not many matches on a current state that probably could go against that match. And it's a random, hey, it's a Continental Championship match.
Yeah. But now, a match that's equally as famous, Hogan and Andre, happened in the same night. But the finish was magical.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? The finish, because Ricky the Dragon Steamboat beat Macho Man with a roll-up. And I'm not saying that was wrong. I'm just saying he beat him with a roll-up.
Yeah.
Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. The only man to ever body slam Andre the Giant. The first time in his, we know that's propaganda, but I'm saying that's the story they said. He's the only man to lift up the Giant, slam him, drop the leg, 1, 2, 3. He defeated the undefeated Giant. The story they told us and the way that match ended was storybook. And it wasn't as good as the match. It was basic match because of Andre's ability at the time.
Of course, yeah.
But it was just as strong of a remembrance of that match as Macho Man and Steamboat.
But it gives you that because of the finish.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, for me, Steamboat and Macho Man, even though it was a roller, it's still, there's not one thing you could pick apart about it.
Well, because of the way you do that roll up.
Yeah, but you see how even that the structure of it, you can remember the whole match and then remember the roll up, but not in a bad like sour taste.
But
with Hogan Andre, there's not much to that match. There is the immovable object meets, you have the shoulder blocks, you try to do the Hogan, you do all that, but then you remember that most people remember is puts him down, which is funny because then we find out years later they did this so many times.
Yeah.
But we're gonna promote it as First time ever.
Yep.
But again, that's the point though. We're supposed to be able to fall in that magic that it's like you've never seen something like this before.
Yeah.
Like now, but then now they try to, but the problem is when we finally see that magic again, our next response is, so now what? Like this weekend. There should be no reason why after that main event on Saturday, you're not satisfied.
Oh, I'm satisfied.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
that's the response is, what about The Rock? What about Brock? What about
Well,
anyone returning?
Well, the reason for that is because, like you said, one, AEW spoiled a lot of the fans, but people that don't watch AEW, Triple H spoiled a lot of the fans with this whole we're gonna do everything we can to get the numbers. So with The Rock coming back for no reason 2 PLEs ago, it makes everyone go, what about The Rock? The Rock came back for Cody. He didn't come back for Roman. But what about The Rock? And then everyone knows that they hired 52 other fucking family members. What about them? Brock Lesnar's a Paul Heyman guy. Why did you put CM Punk in there? Forgetting that Brock Lesnar's under investigation. Well, he's a part of this shit. But the thing is, it's because they allow so many things to factor in on people's decisions. People think that the way that they make the cake is better than the way WWE makes the cake.
Which is
like, that's why we opened up the show with, we didn't have a choice of what we ate for dinner.
No,
it was what was on the plate. People now want a choice, and that's not how wrestling's supposed to work.
Oh.
It's supposed to be where anyone has that possibility of breaking the ceiling and becoming champion. I remember there was a point where I thought 1, 2, 3 Kid or X-Pac could have been a champion.
Yep.
Now, and I hate keeping using his name, but we have to.
Yeah.
Ricochet ain't gonna be higher than the Intercontinental Championship because he sells too good.
And
that's part of the breaking of the fucking fourth wall that you and Bad Blood hate.
Yeah, because I hate it because it's like some people, unfortunately, because they do the craft the way that they do it, are always gonna be, this is that guy. This is that guy. And maybe there's that one chance that it's like, fuck it, we're gonna put that guy there. And it's happened before because it happened for Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah.
Mikey Whipwreck was in ECW back in the day, was just supposed to be a bump guy because he was as good as Spike when it came to taking a crazy ass bump. One day they're like, hey, Mikey, we're going to do this. Wait, what? Yeah, there you go. Give him the ECW title. And it's like, Mikey Whipwreck? The guy that was just bumping around? So there is possibilities. But those possibilities, unfortunately, especially now, are a dime a dozen. Because it's situations of everyone expects, oh, it has to be this guy. It has to be this guy. It has to be this guy. That's why earlier with the ROH comment, I was like, fuck, back in the day, that title had prestige.
It did.
Because it felt like you won that title, you were that guy that's going to WWE.
Yeah.
Because who held that title? Kevin Steen, who you mentioned earlier. El Generico, who you mentioned earlier. Tyler Black.
Who this whole conversation was about.
Like, it's these guys that, and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Guys like that then Bryan Danielson, like one of the greatest ROH champions. Like guys like that then will go on to do the things that they would do. So that title had something. It had that momentum that's like, this is what it meant because ROH was truly that what it felt like wrestling. As much as it had the car crash stuff, it had a little bit of everything. It felt like this was wrestling. And you'd be ready for the WWE, you'd be ready for TNA, etc. And now it's because it's like they've used the labeling without the spirit of it, in my opinion.
Because Tony Khan doesn't know. And what me and Kenny was doing earlier wasn't making fun of the ROH championship. He was making fun of Tony Khan.
No, and I get that. It sucks because I feel like as much as I know what you guys were doing, that's unfortunately what people don't do. They do it as ROH is just, it's a shell of itself.
Yeah.
but they don't see why. They don't, and it's what annoys me with it is Tony Khan was an ROH fan. And he has everyone at this point that were mainstays there. Or if not, he has a lot of the major people that could save it.
I don't
You
know
have
how.
Claudio, you have Chris Hero, you had Jimmy Jacobs. Unfortunately, that went how it went. But you have people there that it's like, how can you not use this?
I don't know how Athena's not on Dynamite with that fucking ROH.
No. She currently, no matter what company you look at, currently is the longest reigning champion. No matter what company right now.
Yeah.
She's currently holding that title longer than any other person in wrestling. And currently is broke Samoa Joe's record, who was over 400 days as ROH world champion. She's holding that women's title. And they can't put her on the main product. They can't put her on AEW every week. She's signed to AEW. Like, it makes no sense. You have a whole roster there. You have an abundance. And then you still use other people. That is great. Use that product as something.
It's not for nothing. I think Mercedes Moné versus Athena will get you more money than anybody else. Because you got two veterans there that can go. I think Athena and Mercedes Moné can really go.
Bro, that's money on the table right there. Pun intended. Monet on the table.
Yeah.
Like that, bro. That
Clash of
alone.
Champions or Battle of the
Battle of the
Champions.
Belts. Like yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
That's money. Shit, even man, just even a non-title, it works. It works. It's something just to do. But again, I don't know, man. I don't know. It would. Athena versus Soraya would be money. There's so many options that you could do. There's things that you could do, but you have to be willing again to use what you.
That was almost like perfect timing. When I took the comment off, Gigi put the camera back on.
It worked out so well.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did I just turn on?
No.
Because I had this up, and when I took it off, you popped on, so it was almost like simultaneously.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, but
Out of it. Don't mind me. I'm just.
I'm just saying, good. Like,
but
I took a 15-minute nap right now because I was putting my child to bed.
Gotcha.
I was like, I'm gonna put this for 15 minutes, and then for 15 minutes, I'm like, I should have just stayed in bed. I'm tired.
You legit just missed you missed me until I think finally meeting at a common ground, and then we just kept going from there.
Yeah.
So, but no, so that was my thing earlier. It wasn't like, again, I get it right now. ROH is, unfortunately, it is what it is.
Matt Cardona is now.
Yeah.
I just saw that too right before I took my nap.
What?
That's where I
Matt Cardona is challenging Chris Jericho for his ROH title
at the Hammerstein. That is not what I thought they were going to do with that.
Like for real?
They because Jericho's been doing the King of New York gimmick. And I'm thinking, because they're going to do it at the Hammerstein, it is about 21 years since a certain NYC legend won that Ring of Honor World title at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I thought maybe they would bring him in because they've already done it once, but I guess not. Because I was thinking they would bring in Homicide.
Yeah.
And when I saw Matt Cardona, I'm like, oh, okay. The most interesting part about that is seeing the internet wrestling community go nuts because of all the controversy currently with Ricky Starks. He's going to be at the Hammerstein the month after, and you took away Ricky Starks, but you then use.
Just let Ricky Starks go so you can just, enjoy independent wrestling before he goes to WWE. That's all.
Hey,
at this point, let me drink my coffee.
At this point,
I'm gonna drink coffee.
Salud. Yeah. It's. I understand why what happened. I will say that. That's the only comment I'm gonna say. is I understand why they did what they did. And also at the end of the day, if you're under contract, your priority is the company you're under contract for till you are an independent contractor.
I know we were talking about Ricochet. Can we just dibble dabble in the fact that how he said AEW wouldn't exist because if it wasn't for him?
Who said that?
Yeah, he said that.
Ricochet.
Yep. Ricochet legit.
AEW would not exist if it wasn't for Ricochet.
How does that work?
Let me see if I could find
Ricky
Because
Starks, I think.
because of the style and what he has done. That.
And I'm not saying that I am the sole reason. I'm just saying. Say you're the sole reason. If there wasn't Ricochet, there would not be AEW. Okay, I like it. Again, I'm not saying I'm the sole reason that it happened, but I'm just saying I feel like what I have done, you know. You're talking about with Ospreay? Just with Ospreay, with Pac, with AR Fox, with Dragon Gate, with PWG, with everything, you know, overseas, you know, New Japan, everything I feel like I have done in my past career helps set up a world where AEW can exist, you know.
If it wasn't for WCW, AEW wouldn't.
No. If it wasn't for the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes.
Well, I mean, Khan gave the money, but like it was modeled after the WCW Nitro Dynamite. But also, Cody Rhodes is the reason why they had the ability to give a second. I understand he thinks that his wrestling style is the reason why, but everyone can do that now.
But
it was Ray who started it. Go ahead, Ray.
I was gonna say, I get what he's trying to say, but it's just almost you're not supposed to be the person that says it, you know? Because what he's getting at is what we give Amazing Red credit for, what we give guys like Rey Mysterio credit for, guys like the Ultimo Dragon credit for, but we give them the credit for innovating styles and doing stuff like that. What Ricochet is trying to say is because yes, I'll give it to him. Yes, Ricochet made something where that it's not even the style, but just opportunities for guys like that to get shine and be viewed that way. Because when Ricochet did get signed, it meant a lot. It meant something because it was like, he's doing something.
Right.
But it's a thing of him putting it out that way. And I know they were going to take it. I would love to see the full clip because I feel like they took it out of context.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he legit meant in that way that he's the reason AEW is a thing.
Because right now it sounds like he's just drinking his own Kool-Aid.
And I doubt that's what he said.
Because to be honest with you,
yeah,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. For someone who watches WWE and American wrestling, and sometimes Mexican when I can catch it,
yeah.
If it wasn't for Lucha Underground, Ricochet wouldn't exist. Ricochet would be one of those guys that you're like, yo, remember him in this? Remember him with that in Ospreay? I wish he would be coming back. Prince Puma put him where he was at, and then he came to WWE because he had matches with Ospreay. That's all we remember in New Japan and everywhere else. You have Shinsuke Nakamura, who took the Intercontinental title and made that the main event of Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
Okada, the main guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can't say that your style did anything, or you the reason why another Ray and Eddie could say that their style made a new era of wrestler, because in that era of wrestler they were wrestling with giants. You couldn't have been a wrestler unless you were 6'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Ricochet was wrestling when the wrestlers became smaller wrestlers. After the steroid era and all that shit, and they took steroids out of wrestling, the wrestlers got smaller. That's when he thrived.
Well, some of them did.
Yeah, some of them did, not all of them. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was at the transition phase where everybody who was influenced by Rey Mysterio started coming out. Amazing Red didn't come out after Ricochet.
No, it was before.
The first ever
Ricochet said it. Ricochet fucking got inspired by fucking Amazing Red.
So how did he bring out AEW?
Bro, and it's funny because the Young Bucks have said they got inspired by Red.
Yeah.
So it's and again, Red now he's given that fucking
Yeah.
the Underground King, this and that. The SAT guys like that, they put out their innovators of a style, but they did it and they didn't have to say it.
Yeah. To be honest with you,
said it.
To be honest with you, I honestly think that the reason why AEW exists is because someone in ROH either couldn't run the company right to make it profitable or didn't have the connections to get it on TV the way that Tony Khan does AEW. Because in reality, NWA and ROH were the biggest things outside of WWE at the time, and they weren't on TV. And as soon as someone said, I got the balls to go against WWE with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, there's a fucking primetime wrestling channel, wrestling fucking show on Wednesdays, on Fridays, on Saturdays. Like, there was people wanting the wrestling, and no one wanted to give it to them.
Yeah, because it all starts, and it is ROH because All In was technically an ROH production.
Yeah.
All In was technically an ROH production. The only problem that ROH did not have was they unfortunately, at least the management at the time, signed deals that were just going to make them continue to lose money.
Yeah.
Make them continue to lose money, and it wasn't giving the opportunity where it made sense for the guys that they had to want to stay. Because, bro, you would watch ROH, and it's like, by now, Jay Lethal is no longer ROH World Champion. 6 months later, he's still ROH champion on their TV. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How is this happening? Like, I just saw the pay-per-view. He lost it like 5 months ago. Why is he still champion on their TV? So that ruined it because there was no way to keep going with the stories that time.
There was no real direction.
Yeah, it's like, and it ruined it. But after All In, it gave that idea of like, maybe there could be something else. Maybe there could be the alternative. And thankfully, Tony Khan was like, "Hey, I got money. Let's invest.
I got an unlimited amount of money.
Do shit with it either."
Yeah.
So, and now we're here. But again, it takes more than just a Ricochet. It takes more than the Young Bucks. It takes more than a Cody. It takes more of this. It takes people wanting that alternative. And there always was an alternative. It just wasn't at this level. Because TNA was always an alternative. It just, unfortunately, it would go to that point that's like, oh, I could see this be that alternative, like competing, and then it would go down. But there was a point. There's so many guys that everyone's like, oh man, I love this guy. I love this guy. I love this guy. They were in TNA or they were in ROH.
Yeah.
The Reds, the Low Keys, the Homicides, the AJs, the Daniels, the Kazarians,
the Heroes,
the Claudio Castagnolis, the Briscoes. The list can go on and on.
Yeah.
There's so many guys that it's like there were guys that you could say if they wanted to, they made it for our AEW to be a thing. But I'm not, and again, that's what I'm saying. I would love to hear the actual interview because I don't think Ricochet meant it like that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, like Ricochet did things, but to feel like cocky to say it like that, there's no way.
Yeah, he's not in the right. He's in the wrong for saying it in that tone.
No, but I don't think I don't think he meant it that way. I think the way they clipped it makes it seem that way. But I would love to hear why do you respond like that? Oh, I'm not the soul guy, but what were you asking him, or what did you say before that? That's what I want to know. Because I don't think it was him saying it just off of, oh yeah, I'm the guy that made AEW. Huh?
I don't know. Ricochet, after leaving WWE, has been, I don't know, like he's been not, he's kind of like Mercedes Moné. Like he's been given the microphone for too long, and now he's just word vomiting every chance that he can.
Yeah.
And it's like everything. Like he's been saying a lot of off the wall shit whether it's his tweets or in interviews. Lately, he's been going off the wall.
I can see that him being him though, like his personality of him saying shit like him thinking a little highly of himself. And I'm not saying he shouldn't, but
Yeah.
you know,
Do you think
there's
this was like
some
a
people.
legit statement right here? Like the way he said it, that was him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
again, I don't know him
I
from
don't
the
want
whole
to say,
wall either. But
yeah,
I'm
no, but yeah,
that-
but like I don't want to say he's a victim. I don't want to say he's delusional, but sometimes you let your accolades define you.
Yeah.
And he, you know, when
And not
too
only do
many
you let
people,
the accolades define you, but you let your passion.
yeah, like you let people's praise of your match with Will Ospreay get to your head. Like, cause he's like, yo, he's the best high flyer in the world, and he was, but that doesn't mean you build companies. Because at this point now, a lot of people are doing the same shit you did, and he's not Steph Curry. Oh, there you go. He thinks he's Steph Curry. Where people say that Steph Curry influenced the generation, where bullshit.
But that's the thing. I think Ricochet did. And this is what I'm saying. This is how I'll say it. He influenced the generation, yes, but so did another generation prior to that influenced him.
Yeah.
Because yes,
but
the Ospreay Ricochet era.
I think his generation did, but I don't think it was solely him.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And I don't think. But if you notice, he doesn't just say like him. He said the matches he was doing here, the things he was doing here. Is that just him, or is that again the
I think
was around?
I think that's him, because Ray influenced a generation. Rey Mysterio, because he was the smallest guy in the ring and he did big dog things. But Ray would always say, if it wasn't for this guy, if it wasn't for that guy, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Because Ray stayed humble. Right now, it doesn't seem like Ricochet staying humble. Right now,
the thing is, Ray knows he's not the one influencing you to be that small guy and have big dreams. Eddie was. Because Eddie was the one who made Ray look like he was a fucking $1 million.
Yeah.
Even though Ray did that beautiful moonsault off the top rope into a DDT, he still credits Eddie for going, he's the one who made me look good when I did that. Because
wrestling's a dance.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right partner, there possibly would be no Rey Mysterio.
Like if Ricochet would have been like, I think me and Ospreay set off this whole thing. Okay, you got something there. But me, I created AEW.
That's again. I want to hear that, because I would hope that would make more sense if he would say what he did with Ospreay, what he did with Matt Sydal, funny enough, what he did with Matt Sydal and the Young Bucks. Because if you look back at that PWG era, there's a lot of guys in that fucking locker room that would then become the AEW locker room. And it's that era that, again, gave that, but also would influence the guys we have now. The guys like the Trey Miguels, the Zachary Wentz, the Myron Reeds, the Morgan Dashes, the Jackson Drakes, the Marcus Matters, all those guys. But they also, as much as they were inspired by the guys like the Ricochets, the Ospreys, the Rich Swans, they also were influenced by guys like the Reds, the Homicides, the Keys, that were then also, they were influenced by the Rays, the Eddies, the Psychosis,
AJ Styles,
et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. It keeps going. And it's when you try to just say it's because of you, it's like, but who inspired you?
Right.
Yeah, that's
a
like little bit to what I was saying.
Bow down and call me God, because I'm the reason why all this shit is happening.
Yeah.
Again, it's a little. Hope that's not what he meant.
It's a little bit to what I was saying earlier with Seth. It's like, you know, you're not the only one that can do this. Yeah. Like, look at shit. I just forgot his name. Homeboy that walked on the 6 sides of steel and fucking Hurricane Rana Kaz off of it.
Alex Skipper.
Alex Skipper, yeah. I mean, that was before Ricochet.
Yeah,
I mean,
Alex
you know
Skipper,
that.
you know where Alex Skipper came from? WCW.
Yeah.
Another one with AJ, with
Three
Key,
count.
and with fucking Jimmy Wang Yang and them.
Yep.
With the Flying Elvises.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Skipper's another one. Skipper's another one that doesn't get that credit because without Alex Skipper, there's a lot of shit that you don't see nowadays.
Yeah.
Skipper was one of those, bro. To think to be like, you know what I'm gonna do right now? Let me climb on this and fucking just hit a fucking head scissor. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Like, and again, that it without shit like that, without what they would do in those type of matches, you don't get what just happened this weekend.
Yeah. And
you don't get guys thinking, what if we did a dive spot from off here and just see what happens? But also, you don't get that if Jimmy Superfly Snuka doesn't jump off the top years ago on the cage.
And Don Morocco, yeah.
It's moments like that. It's everything has a reason for it. And again, everyone wants to feel like their shit doesn't stink. And I get it. Once you have a little bit of that credibility in your head, you think you're the best at it. As we'll fucking say about this, we're gonna put our shit over, of course. But you also have to understand who came before and who's that possibility. You know, shit like that. That it's like, so if that's actually his sentiment and that's what he thinks, again, hey, credit to you, my guy. You did something. But to think that you're the end all be all, that you're the reason this, it's like you can't say you're the alternative. You're not the reason an alternative is out there.
Yeah. I will tell you this. For a very long time, when people talked about high flyers and people who are athletic, Ricochet was on the Mount Rushmore.
And to me, he still is.
Yeah.
But that mentality can't be. His skill, his style, him, yes. I would put there when you talk about especially a Mount Rushmore of high flyers, Mysterio's on there, Ricochet's on there, Osprey to me is on there, and Ultimo Dragon's on there.
Yeah, that Asai moonsault was fucking beautiful.
Bro, he's someone, again, he's not gonna say it, but without Ultimo Dragon, you don't get a lot of that lucha style in the US.
That's true.
Because he went from Japan over there, and it's funny because that's how, bro.
And you don't get that in the promotional shit neither.
No, you don't. You don't get any of that cross branding. You don't get people wanting to do excursions, guys wanting to do those little things. That's like, oh, what if I go over here to better my craft instead of just staying locally, going the guys that now do the Germany tours or do the Japan tours or going just out of the area, going somewhere that it's like, and a lot of people that want to come here to learn American style. And again, it happens with stuff like that, but you have to look at the trajectory of what that does. And those guys are going to be like, oh yeah, it's because of me. Maybe now some vets do it because they want their credit. They want their flowers now. Because back then, many people did it. Not many people gave people flowers. The problem is because they see certain people now ask for flowers, now everyone wants their flowers. You know?
Yeah.
Like that video you sent me earlier. I'm not going to mention names because, again, I don't know if that's a shoot or not. But when people have to say they're asking for their flowers now, it's like, no, you're given when it's felt like, hey, this guy deserves their flowers because they've done X, Y, and Z for the business. And it's showing. It's shown what it's done. It's shown what it could be and what it continues to do for the business. And guys like that deserve those flowers. And it's funny because you start to look at it and you see, oh, what's this happening for this guy now? Because he did X, Y, and Z. Like right now, because of NXT this weekend, one of the main guys on it is Jay Malachi. One of the first guys that fucking WWE contracted was Jackson Drake. Both of those guys, very young in their careers, both trained by a guy named LeBron Kozo, who is now getting his flowers, and now people are starting to see him on the indies more. Why? Because it showed what he can do. It showed his pedigree. Imagine what he could do. So it's stuff like that it's like, it comes with the territory. It shouldn't come by word of mouth.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be me having to say, oh, I'm the best at this. So, but again, we know how this goes sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I want to hear the full interview of it because I want to see what did that interviewer ask him that was his response.
So let's just hypothetically say,
yeah,
right, that at the end of it, that is his response. because we can't predict of what he said prior or anything
No,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But let's just hypothetically say it was the raw, unedited clip and whatever, and essentially he said what he said. How would you feel?
You're wrong.
Yeah. If that's the case, damn. Fuck TNA. Fuck all those guys you mentioned.
He's going heel.
If you're the guy that did all this, then none of those other guys matter. None of the guys you cross paths with matter.
Yeah.
If that's your opinion. But I know that I'm telling you that can't be it. That can be what he's putting out there, but his genuine opinion or his thought process on this business can't be that. Because if that's the case, I'm sorry. Why were you not WWE champion right now?
Yeah.
Because AJ Styles was that guy.
Yeah, he was.
AJ Styles was one of the best X Division champions ever, who was marketed as just an X Division guy. And then one triple threat match changed that. You mean to tell me your Ospreay match didn't change it for you? Because I'll say those matches, any one of those, match of the year calendar. They could do it possibly again tomorrow if they wanted to. But for you to think, oh, this, and it's like, so now what? But like Toe said, his Prince Puma stuff, it showed he could be a top guy in the company. But again, that has to be proven everywhere. An AJ did it, a Kenny did it, a Jeff, a Matt. There's guys that have done it. That no matter where they go, it connects. Shit, AJ thought, oh man, what if they don't remember me? Or they don't know who the fuck I am? And it's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. AJ Styles that has done everything in this business.
It's like Michael Jackson going, what if they forgot who I was?
It's like, and the worst part is because he knew, well, they're not going to know my theme because this is what I've used for years. Here we go.
But
comes out, biggest reaction ever.
The minute we saw Roman Reigns' face, when that shit said 0, we all knew at that moment, who the fuck is coming out? Because that's what happened when he came out.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns' face was
yeah,
shown
why
on
would
TV.
It's funny because all you hear is a pop, and it's like,
Who the fuck is that?
who the fuck is it? But then you see it's like,
Phenomenal.
he actually showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was one of the best kept secrets too.
Bro,
it was.
That was perfect. That was when, again, moments like that is what you want in fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Now it's like by next week we know so-and-so showing up, so-and-so showing up. Hey, this is about to happen tomorrow. Hey, you know what happened on Tuesday? What? This happened. Isn't that supposed to happen on Friday? Shh, yeah, it happened on Tuesday. And that was something that was like, really? Because people complained about that because SmackDown was taped last week.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yep. And people complained.
The SmackDown that's coming out tomorrow is taped?
No.
Okay.
Because of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So they wanted people to be able to spend time with family that Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong? You
But
see, this generation sucks. All wrestling used to be taped.
Bro, remember when fucking everything, it was like, and you wouldn't give a fuck because it's just like,
yeah, it was wrestling. We watched it.
Bro, they would tell you. Remember when that was one of the things on it? That's why Triple H doesn't want to work on Tuesdays. Like, wait, what the fuck is on Tuesdays? That's when they're filming
SmackDown. Yep, that's when they film SmackDown.
And we're watching it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Or Friday, depending on the year.
Yep.
Like, but it would still be taped. Raw was taped for a while. No one fucking know.
Yeah.
They would tape it hours before it's supposed to go on.
Yo, bro, I remember one time I was able to read the entire script for SmackDown and know everything that happened on SmackDown and watch SmackDown like, oh shit, this is exactly what happened. And I didn't give a shit. It's still wrestling.
Because it's still, at the end of the day, it's still a show.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to act their roles and then just give it their all. That's what makes it fun. That's the art of it. Yeah, there's a script to it, but there's a script to every show. You can read, you can have a sit down and read the whole script from beginning to end. But when showtime comes and those curtains go up, the lights are on, the music hits, and then the fan reaction, now you're putting more emotion, emotional, but just connection behind it all.
Yeah.
It's just a really, and there's a lot of people are there's always going to be people that's going to feel some type of way, like, oh, they spoiled it, da, 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 da. But just watch it, because at the end of the day you're still going to fucking watch it, so why are you complaining?
Yeah. My biggest thing when it comes to like the script, because I remember when those come out and it's just like, okay, cool, yeah, this guy wins, okay, cool.
No,
How the fuck did he win?
Yeah.
How'd this match happen? Because no one promoted this. There's still things out there, like, because that's the biggest misconception when it comes to wrestling, when they say it's predetermined.
But here's the thing, right? And let's dive in a little bit of history for here, folks.
Yeah.
WCW did this shit on Monday Nitro. Eric Bischoff gave the ending away to Monday Night Raw, where Mick Foley, right, was going over and becoming their new champion. You don't need to watch that, because you already know who won, and you know what everybody did. Everybody was like, get the fuck out of here. Mick Foley won. Holy shit.
Yep.
Mankind won.
And instead of it being like, oh yeah, let's keep watching WCW, because why the fuck would they give Mankind the title? I want to watch Mankind win the title. How the fuck did Mankind
Bullshit, he won the title. What you mean he won the title?
I need to see this.
I bet you any money if they would have never said shit, nobody would have probably they would have saw the match and like, he ain't winning, and they would have probably went on WCW.
Yeah, bro, they would have stayed. And it's bro, stuff like that it's like, man, it's but that's the thing. Doing that's all it does. It's what it should do. Cool, now you know who wins, but go watch and see what happens. How to win? How'd they win? Because that's always what I love when people are, but it's predetermined, so it's fake. It's like, how are we getting there? You know what's about to happen? You know what's that first move, last move, in between? Like we said, right now, when we talk about like matches like that, cool, you know who won. Do you remember what else happened? Not many matches that you can actually pick apart. That's like, yeah, remember they did this. But if you're just going to go by, oh yeah, this person won, then cool. Why are you watching any show?
Yeah.
Because like all of us knew, hey, remember the show Lost? What do you think is going to happen at the end of the show?
Let's not talk.
How are we going to get found? Even though they didn't, but hey, that's a different story.
Let's not talk about that. That's.
I'm sorry. I was trying to connect.
I understand, though. I understand. But
what do you think is going to happen at the end? So why watch the in between of the amount of seasons that they did if we just know what the ending is going to be?
Yeah.
Allegedly, because that's how everyone thinks. Oh yeah, I know what's going to happen on this show. I know what's going to happen on this show. Do you?
How do we get there?
The way to escape.
It's supposed to be, but that's the thing. People forget. They add more stress to it that it's like, so what's the point anymore? Because that's the reason we all fell in love with wrestling when we were younger. Was that escape? It was that moment of just enjoyment and euphoria.
Yeah.
Like that's, to me, and I'll break the fourth wall there. The reason why, some weeks when there's show weeks, every other day I'm fucking pissed or just this and this. But when it comes to Saturday, putting on that headset and getting ready to call a match, it all goes fucking away. And by that last bell, I'm like, holy shit, I could do this for a few more hours. And that's what that feeling is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying it again. And again, most of it, yeah, I'll probably know what's going to happen here, they're here to be able to tell a story. But it doesn't ruin it. It's enjoying it and just letting it naturally happen. Letting those moments just, instead of, oh, but what if they did this or this? Fuck that. Just fucking watch. Like I said, Saturday, not just watching it instead of being like, oh, I wonder if this person's going to show up or this person. Just fucking watch. Let the product happen.
There's a story here.
There's so much story.
There's so many stories from the women's to the men's. It was just so much story just slightly being unfolded. Everyone has their own chapter.
Exactly.
Everyone has their own book and chapter at that. Okay, let's think about that. You can't just like, oh, we're only gonna put like Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan, and that's like, no, she has her own chapter, she has her own book, and how she got there.
And then
But
Tiffany got her
everyone
own.
has their own chapter in every story that we go through. And like watching the women's war games, right? Let's just kind of circle to that. Women's war games. We're not done with Liv. We're not done with Rhea. And now Io is in the way as well.
Yep.
She is next up for the champion. Raquel is still obviously going to be upset, and she's still going to do her thing. So eventually we're going to have a chapter of a tag team match happening. Okay, we're not done with Naya. We're not done with Tiffy. We're not done with Candice LeRae. So there's just so much stories to be unfold that they just need to enjoy it. The Rock wasn't going to come out. I think a lot of people were expecting The Rock to come out or someone new to come out, whatever the case may be. It wasn't set up that way. If you were paying attention to the promo with Heyman, with Punk, with Roman, it's not going down that way.
Not even that it wasn't set up that way. It wasn't needed.
No, it wasn't needed. You're absolutely right. It wasn't. I'm not saying that it was, but at the same time, how are you going to get like somebody's going to come back because of this? Like, nah, we need to set the ground. These are the boundaries that we are setting for this particular chapter we're about to get into. Guess what? The favorite's going to end up happening. You're going to get the champion, possibly. This is what we're expecting. When Roman is champion, Punk is the first one to get it in the line. It's like we feel like it's written in stone, but it could be so many other things.
Yeah.
Right? It's still, that is an unwritten story that we know exists.
Yep. Is it a favor that CM Punk needs from Paul Heyman?
You know? So enjoying that, watching Heyman come out in the right before War Games, which, by the way, I ain't gonna front. I was wondering why it took them a really fucking long time to ring the bell for it, but then I realized the referees weren't really in there because they were closed out, because they were locked out or locked in or whatever.
They were locked out because the Solo put the.
No, they were locked out. Yeah. So,
I don't know why the first thought that came to my head with that is still Jacob yelling at cameraman, "Move out the way, cameraman."
Nah, between him and Jay. Oh shit, Jay Uso has said shit a couple times.
Hey, man, the fact that Jimmy didn't just start yelling when he broke his toe, more power to him. Because my guy was quiet during that press conference. He's like, "I'm in a lot of pain right now."
Yeah, they were like, yeah, my brother broke his toe. He got hurt. Yeah, I definitely did. Happy birthday to my wife, Naomi. We're just gonna, party in the emergency room. That's we're going out.
And the fact that no one gave Punk his muffins, these motherfuckers.
Nah.
And then they give them those macaroons looked miserable.
They looked stale. They looked tasteless. How you gonna give? What's crazy about it is that Punk wanted the muffins. Jay was like, get the man the muffins, but you know what? Muffins do sound good right now. Yeah, get the muffins. The muffins. Yeah. No, I want it.
You don't have muffins and catering? Like, come on.
What
no
did you do? Yo, it is the holiday season. I do not wish for anyone to get fired, but someone needs to get written up for this. Okay?
I want to know who is the fucking just person watching.
Emails will be sent.
Facts. Where Krill's at with the emails? We need
Where's the emails?
Like the fact that they couldn't and then they give a box with two macaroons instead of at least a nice box that looks like a rainbow because it's all different.
Oh,
Like,
Enough for the crowd. Yeah.
like no, but like enough for the team because it's two. It's like, wait a second. I feel like there was 4 people on stage. No,
yeah, 4. Right, 4.
What am I
Because
supposed to
Roman
do?
said, "No, I'm not doing the press conference."
Yeah, Roman's like, nah, I'm done with it.
They said Roman's not gonna do it. Punk, you won't have to do it. You have to step in.
Yo, and that's why I love when Punk's like, someone get me muffins. Because again, if you know why it's like, we know what happens after this if he gets his muffins.
The
Last
dog
time
will
we
be
had those
thrown.
muffins.
Yo, someone needs to learn a lesson. How are you gonna do that at a press conference?
Oh man, that's funny.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah,
There was not one intern there that could have went to a fucking Starbucks and got like 12 muffins.
What the catering?
I'm about to say you don't need Starbucks. The Starbucks is catering.
You mean to tell me they don't have? I have to hit up someone that
The only person that would know is Ruby Soho.
Bro, she just had a baby.
I know, but that was the joke. Everybody, you want to? If you know, you know.
Terrible. Never do that again. It's terrible. She just had a baby. She ain't doing nothing to you. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Go fuck yourself.
Yo, listen, she could be, and she is, but I'm just saying that was the joke everybody put on him.
Hey,
that is true.
God damn.
Still.
But no, again, yeah, you could have gone to catering. You could have at least tried to find something that resembled him. Get him a cupcake. You mean to tell me it was Naomi's birthday? There was no cupcakes around. Nothing. No one had a cupcake.
At least glow in the dark cupcakes.
No cupcakes for her table either.
Like, damn.
And her team won.
Word.
Yo, they were lacking on the pastry.
See?
That's the worst part. They were in Canada. That's the one thing that Kevin Owens kept putting over was that they have good like French bistros and very like bakeries. And it's like, you couldn't buy anything for them?
And Canadians are supposed to be nice too, but nope.
But I don't blame the Canadians. I blame whoever was fucking doing intern work that day.
Word. That had nothing to do with the Canadians. That's an inside job.
Like, shit. Where's that fucking
You're telling me the reporter didn't bring muffins knowing that CM Punk was gonna be there?
Damn it, Wilkins! Why did you not have fucking muffins ready?
All cupcakes for Naomi. You want to call them all this shit?
Where were you at, Wilkins? We needed.
He was busy asking Io Sky if she's gonna come with backup, not realizing that she is part of Damage Control.
Oh my god! Like
that's what he was doing.
So it was a 5-on-1. So I know why he asked her.
It wasn't like she had a whole team. It wasn't like there was anyone like
for like her singles because Liv Morgan's gonna come out with because she's next in line. So Liv Pop's gonna come out with Raquel.
No, the fact that Rhea Ripley is trying her best to
not laugh. No, she broke character. She's because it's the way Io say it. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm part of a group called Damage Control. And then Rhea's like,
I'm sorry. Again, shout out to Jobber Tears.
Like Rhea's like, you had to do that to him.
Yeah. Shout out to Jobber Tears. Shout out to them. Much love always. But please, if this is the gimmick you're going for, then hey, more power to you. Ask those questions that are gonna get a reaction. Fuck it. It's something. But try to have your stuff planned out. If you're going to something like that, have it where if you're lucky to have this person in front of you, you have something set. Just something. Even if, let's say, the only person they gave you was Akira Tozawa. Have something ready.
How'd you get that nasty dance going?
Bro, just something that it's like it doesn't give you the fucking because it's not just Wilkins doing that type of questions. Every time I watch those, I'm just like, how are you not ready already? Like, how are you not just? If you're there, you've been there the whole time. If you're there, you've already spoken to a lot of people already. Because usually they're doing those press junkies. You're already interviewing talent because we mostly see it on YouTube afterward. That's oh yeah, this person had this person on for like 5 minutes or like this. So if you're already speaking to them, that starstruck feeling by now is gone. You can't ask a simple question that isn't um um. So what are you gonna do on Monday Night Raw? Really?
Yeah. How many times have you went out dancing with Ric Flair?
Like,
Wait, that's an actual good question. Wait,
Yeah.
oh, you can't ask that now. I don't think. I don't think you want to ask that right now.
Well, you don't want to ask how many plane rides have you taken with Ric Flair?
Depending on who, it was just one, and that was the last time you needed to.
And we're moving forward.
Yes.
Um.
So all right. So DG already said she could have did without the Gunther and Damian Priest match because of the way it ended.
I mean, if I said like overall, I enjoyed the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I said if I can go without a match, it would have been that match.
Gotcha.
It was still a good match.
Yeah.
I did find myself a lot of times though just on my phone. And I felt like maybe it's because I've seen this already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even though it's still a good match, I've already seen and I don't think, in my opinion, they were ready to go ahead and hand it back to Priest.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, the match didn't match the build-up. The build-up was Priest had an upper hand against Gunther because Gunther wasn't there mentally. But the minute the match started, Gunther was just hammering his fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
It didn't really match the promo.
Yeah.
I mean, but Gunther's still supposed to look like a monster.
Yeah.
You know,
it still worked out. To me, it felt like, again, it did its job of Gunther still fucking made sure, hey, fuck what Finn just did. I'm winning this match because of me.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did attack Finn Balor as well.
Yeah, he fucking said, nah, fuck this. You're not screwing me out of this one.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing on a different match. Braun Breaker, as much shit as we give him for having 3Ks, the third one's silent. This motherfucker took to wrestling like a hoe takes to water.
What?
Like a what?
I said the same shit to Cap, and he did this. You know, you could lead a hoe to water, but you can't make a drink. You can't make a thing.
I feel like you're missing a few letters in that.
No, not horse.
Missing a whole paragraph.
I'm doing the Cat Williams stand up shit. Yeah, see, y'all young, y'all too young. You can lead a hoe to water, but you can't make a thing.
No, it's just that you know what the thing is that like it's you, and when you start doing shit like that, it's questionable, and we don't think that because right now we're in the moment, and Cat Williams.
No, so it was
why are you talking mad weird shit right now, bruh?
It was a compliment to Braun Breaker. Because for as little bit of time that he's been doing this, this motherfucker can at least keep up with Sheamus and Ludwig.
Oh, bro, because
he looks like the type of person that's not afraid to show his athleticism in that ring.
He's a Steiner.
He's because you know how some people are timid.
Really in there.
Like he don't look like he's afraid of the situation.
No, not at all. And my thing is, he's the thing
look
was,
it up, Damon. It's a real fucking saying.
No, I bet it is. The thing with Steiner or with Braun Breaker was his athleticism was never a question. I always felt like slow down because he was too athletic.
Well, yeah, like Naomi.
Now he's finally getting to the point where you could see he's comfortable in there.
Yeah,
you saw
especially with Sheamus.
Yeah, man. I there was that point that I'm like, I feel like Ludwig could win this.
Yeah, he should have won it.
Points. There's a lot of.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. Like that element of, oh shit, could he?
Yeah, but you know,
I'm surprised if he does.
What I also loved about the finish, though, that it's like, again, if they would have done it, it would have been like, really, he got fucked up. But when Sheamus was turning, and I'm like, if he catches him with a bro kick, I'm not gonna be mad, but let's see where it goes. And when he actually took the spear, I'm like, okay, 1, 2. I was like, okay. Because for a split second, I'm like, watch, he's gonna catch him with a fucking bro kick. Because it's like it's something they would do. That it's just like somehow he's fucked up, but it's still gonna have the energy to fucking kick up his leg, even though his ribs are fucking destroyed right now because of the shillelagh. But that worked out to me. That's like little things like that after the war they went through makes sense. That's like, nah, Sheamus is done right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that match, I don't know what it is. That the recent IC title matches have all been just like, this works.
Yeah.
It made it a workhorse title out after the Sami Zayn debacle. Because I feel bad. Sami Zayn, he's a great IC champion. This run it shouldn't have happened.
You know something? Yeah, it shouldn't have. But I don't think the Intercontinental title is the workhorse title now. I think it's the tough man title. Because when Gunther had it,
yeah,
he was basically out toughing every. He was the final boss. He was M Bison in Street Fighter. But now Braun Breaker is, I'm a tough guy. I want to fuck up Sheamus and Ludwig. Like these are all tough men competitions that they're having, and it suits his style because he's not really workhorsing.
See, but I would say Gunther's reign definitely was a workhorse reign.
No, Gunther's was, but I'm saying like right now, this is more of a tough man's title. Yeah, it's more of a tough man's title. Like, because you're gonna have the out tough Breaker to win that title.
Yeah, I want to see where it goes because right now that match on Saturday still makes me think it's a workhorse title because that was a workhorse match. Those three, as much as they're brutes, still put on a great match. Not a fight.
I think that's because of Sheamus.
I feel like it's a workhorse title.
I think that was because of Sheamus.
Well, Sheamus is the vet in there. It should have been.
No, but not for nothing. As much as we say Drew has dry ass Drew, when Sheamus had that match with Drew and Gunther at SummerSlam a couple years ago, that almost it felt like it unlocked Sheamus to be like, I only want to have matches like this.
Yeah, bro, that match. That's another one that I said. It just felt like everything aligned there.
Yeah, it did.
Like
all three of them too. The way they wrestle.
I gave it to Sheamus, man, because Sheamus at this point could be slowing it down. Doesn't need to be at that level of it.
And that's exactly what he's doing. Essentially, he just needs the IC title to become a Grand Slam champion. And for the longevity that he has, been with the company, maybe he'll get there. I feel like WWE will give Sheamus at least one more title run with the IC title so he can become a Grand Slam, right? Because he's definitely a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
So why not give him that accolade? And not to say give it to him, but obviously within the matches and everything like that.
He'll be honored with it.
Eventually. Right. Exactly. I see that happening down the line. The way this match took place, though, on Saturday was exactly how it should have went down.
Yeah.
So, the next match, Shinsuke Nakamura, our new champion, because he defeated LA Knight. Yeah.
I'm happy Shinsuke won. Because I think if he would have lost, that would have been a waste of his new character.
Agreed.
Yeah, it definitely it was one of those where it almost felt like if he wasn't gonna win, they had to do something stupid here.
Yeah.
It either had to be like DQ, count out,
him up.
Just sure, yeah, you gotta fuck it at that point. Just C4.
He's a fucking demon samurai.
But oh man, that I told you Monday that entrance to me got me.
Yeah. They slowed down the music. Yeah.
Man, like having that moment of just like only
just everything, just the whole image, right? So now we have the sun in the back, right? Then we have him just coming out in just samurai gear, like demon samurai gear, right? Dark as shit that we've seen multiple times in our life within anime, within movies, with what we read in comics. We know there's could be dark sides to these niggas. And to have Shinsuke come like that, even up to his makeup that he has on his face.
Yep.
The whole thing. Now his new thing, he is dropping down, but not like his whole right? No.
It's very precise.
He's literally now like praising who he is armored by and like representing like himself and what he does, what his belief is.
Yeah. No, it works that way of I was telling Toe, I feel like the only thing that kind of misses with it, don't let him talk for a while. Not because, and this is the thing, because I saw a lot of people say, oh yeah, just don't let him talk because of that he has to be promos in a certain way. I just think don't let him talk because add the mystique like Muda. Add the mystique of just now him being this presence of just you see the visual of it. That even think on Saturday, they should have done the ring announcing during his entrance. I feel like it should have been like they do for the world title.
Yeah.
Have them both already in the ring. So you let him have that whole time, just let it happen. Because that's something even the ring announcer, the commentary shouldn't have said anything. Just let it happen. Because that gives another feeling of just like, holy shit, like this is okay. We're into it now. We're connecting to what is this new vibe of his. And even the theme, because I saw people weren't a fan of the slower, slow version of the theme.
I think it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like it adds to it. It connects because it's like, okay, this isn't the rock star anymore. This isn't the guy with the violin style. No, this is now
The Ronin.
getting the bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this time, hey, you know how this ends. He disgraces that art of Bushido.
Yo, but
He
you know,
can't-
it also fits in with the fact that they let him have one of the last matches with Muda. And if Muda was his master, he no longer has a master.
Yeah.
So now he could just be unleashed. This could be the Shinsuke that was holding back this whole time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the match could have been better. Ray mentioned that it looked like LA Knight was pissed that they told him that he was losing.
Oh yeah, bro.
On Raw.
His entrance, you could tell like he had the fucking boo boo face.
Yeah.
Bro, him dropping the title, I hope was planned because he's just like my guy. Like, and I love LA Knight, but I was like, really? Like, we could already tell you're losing. We know you're losing, but it's like you're gonna drop the title. Like, but I love that commentary picked it up. Like, hey, you could see Nakamura's in his head. He even dropped the title.
Yeah.
But it's just like little things like that. But it's like, I hope that was part of it. Like that was like, yeah, dude, drop the title accidentally. Do stuff like that that just adds to the element of it. But you could tell his face was just like,
Mm-hmm. Because he didn't feel like he had a long enough or good enough run with it.
what was it? 4 months?
Yeah, since SummerSlam.
Yeah. Which
Shit. I mean, yo, that's not really his fault. I blame the fact that he was on SmackDown, but also the fact that he only wrestled fucking I just had their fucking name.
Andrade, Carmelo.
Andrade and Carmelo and Phantasma.
Oh, and yeah, and
Carlos
Santos.
Escobar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he only wrestled those people.
Yeah.
And it's like cool.
And now the only spot is Carmelo and Andrade's.
Yeah, it's like I could watch this match all day. But tomorrow, give me another one, please. Like, give me a different match.
It's like, can we get something out? No, we're gonna get another one. All right, cool. I don't mind it, but next, which is funny because when we're watching the paper, was like, wait a second, my boy's like, who won the Carmelo? Like they did the triple threat. It's like, oh, it was forgetful. Unfortunately, we just felt like, we did all that for nothing.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like. So it's a situation like that LA Knight, hey, it did the job because it gave him the reaction at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
People enjoyed it. Unfortunately, not every reign is gonna be like Roman's. Not every title reign also needs to be a year. There are gonna be some that sometimes need that transitional champion. Sometimes it just created differences. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Nakamura right now, it made sense. So
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This guy.
Bro, we have
3 minutes. We're about to get off, my nigga.
I think we can't hear you.
Listen, I will say, Tonga had me dying doing that shit around the fucking cage and shit like that.
Like Mario.
Great.
Bloom, bloom.
I love you, Solo.
Yo, I can't wait for him to turn. The minute he turns on Solo, I hate you. Wait, what?
So get this.
Yo,
my brother had a theory for that match. He's like, it would have never happened, but this is the thing. If Solo, instead of locking the cage so Roman couldn't get in, he locked Roman's cage, the shark cage. And when his time came out, they lifted the cage up, they brought it to the ring, and they put him in the center of the ring. So technically, he's in the match to start the match, and Roman never gets out that cage, and they just see them beating the shit out of his team.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of technical work.
There's a lot of moving parts to that because it's like,
yeah.
Okay, I can see the first part of them locking that, but then you have to somehow
transport it from
all the way over a cage.
They bring a forklift.
And over people, nonetheless.
Over a cage? A forklift?
They bring a forklift to move the cage. They could get one of those things.
Okay, no. Okay, so we get it up there, right? How the fuck you bring it up?
Drop that shit.
You can't drop the tribal chief in the cage, nigga. It's not gonna work. You don't drop the tribal chief in the cage.
Just
like
go.
He's the fucking luggage.
Yo, you
at
go
the
Roman.
Bottom of the airplane.
Just go Roman. This is your garbage can. Your EO Sky.
That way. Yo, I hope
Roman, this is your garbage can.
Knock your ass out.
Be like EO Sky.
Yo, it would be funny because the whole point of it is for him to be locked in the cage. The cage drops, it breaks. It's like, oh.
No, but so all right, so that was my brother's theory, but I get the moving parts, but I'm thinking
of it, but yeah.
So I'm thinking it the rest of this could go. The next match has to be Solo versus Roman for the tribal chief.
Yes.
And then after that, when Solo loses, that's when Jacob could be on some. I'm no longer with you, Solo. You lost.
Yeah.
And he could bring in these new people that everybody signs, and he could start his own shit. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bloodline. It could just be a gang, like the Wolf Pack or something. Because he's what is he? The Monster Wolf, the Solo Wolf, the Mr. Wolf,
the Samoan werewolf.
There you go. See.
Nope. Okay.
No, yes, Samoan. I was just like, wait, I'm hearing too many animals in my Samoan werewolf.
He's the giraffe. He's a giraffe.
No, all they would have to do is kick out Solo. Then you could possibly bring in Lance Hawaii already to the established group. Maybe that if again, that's if they're gonna use the rest. I feel like Lance Hawaii was legit signed just to take into NXT. Everyone's just like, oh wait, they signed Hikuleo. He has to be a part of this now. Maybe not.
You know what's funny? I forgot. I mean, like I kind of low key forgot that he was signed to NXT. And as I was watching NXT, I noticed that Ava got attacked, and now they're attacking this other fucking person. I'm wondering that whoever attacked Ava, right, supuestamente, they thought it was this dude. Great way to kind of segue into bringing these people into NXT. Like, no, you ain't messing with my cousin. Type of vibe. And then they attacked like oh my god, whatever this Indian nigga's name is. What is he? I'd be forgetting his name. No, because he's like Native American type of shit, not Indian nigga, like a Native American. Like,
So the guy you're talking about is Eddie Thorpe.
there you go.
And more than likely, yeah, the rumors, the names have been thrown out. It's either Obafemi was the one that attacked him, Lance Anoa'i was the one that attacked him, or possibly Hikuleo was the one that attacked him. The latter of Lance or Hikuleo because of the Rock's involvement in all this.
Right.
Because
And that was his
they're
daughter.
thinking, oh yeah, he sent it because you caused my. Technically, Eddie Thorpe didn't touch her. All he did was like, hey, don't leave. Door smacks her in the face. Boom, she goes down. Shawn Michaels confronts him like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, we're gonna blame Eddie Thorpe, and Eddie Thorpe gets attacked this week. So now it's like, oh, maybe it's this guy, maybe it's that guy. More than likely, it's Obafemi because apparently he's finally making his return this week. I feel like Obafemi should probably just be saved till the Rumble. At this point, debut him at the Rumble, put him on the main roster because he already
I
did
agree.
everything that he could do in NXT outside of winning the NXT World Title. He did because he basically faced everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, send him up to the main roster.
More. He's ready for it too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who are you gonna put him against? The main roster.
I mean, so when you bring somebody in like Obafemi into the main roster, you're gonna have him go against a whole bunch of jobbers. Now, who his first feud is going to be? Now, that is the interesting question. That you're probably gonna have somebody as a mid card to go ahead and start that. We're getting a little bit of I don't know, Montez Ford. We can start running that with Angelo Dawkins, another big dude.
Damn, why you gotta take out the Street Profits from the get?
Sure.
Damn.
And the first
I
ones
would
I
have said
thought
at least.
about.
I
They're
would
the
have
first
said at
ones I
least.
thought about. Like, yo, I was gonna put like Xavier and Kofi, but
Damn, yeah, yo.
you can't. No, you can't have
Why did
them
you
all
say
together because
Chad
they're doing their own
Gable?
thing. It's a new day.
You could have said Chad Gable, Tozawa. Like again, no slouch to them, but it's just like
No, I would see maybe somebody like Otis.
no, but Otis you save because he's a little bigger. You would think Otis is gonna be a difficult challenge for him. So you give the smaller guys first that it's like he's gonna kill them quick, and then you build up to an Otis, you build up to a Bronson Reed, you build up to like, oh, okay, now it's a Haas. Even though shit, the big setup has to be him to face Omos eventually. No, you don't want to fucking see. Damn mine.
Nope.
She said,
What
"I'm
about him
good."
and Braun Breaker though?
Is Omar still even in the fucking company?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he technically is. Yeah,
Shit.
I didn't really watch AEW Dynamite last night,
nope.
so I can't.
I know Anna Jay is the next one. I guess the feud with Mercedes.
So Mercedes is going over again. Got it. Next.
Cool. Yeah.
Ray, what's the lineup for the rest of the week?
So before Hoach corrects me again, tomorrow, everyone but me will probably be here for the Tone the show with Hoach and Gigi because I will not be here tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will be at the Aventura concert, enjoying my ass off. So yeah.
You chose them again over
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Yes. You didn't even love it. Yes. I'll do it again.
I'm saying though, it would be nice if you would have, dial in and so we can hear a song or two.
I said I will try. It is hard enough to get on here on my computer. I want to see how it's gonna be with UBS Arena internet. So if I can, I will try.
There's Wi-Fi. You got it. I believe in you, Ray.
Probably that me and Tove sent each other, and yeah, Take us home, Toe.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will soon be changing our format with the live shows and some recorded shows, but I'll fill you in on a later video or something like that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.